Hi diddly dootin' day, everybody. No, I don't like that one. All right, hey, welcome. I'm just trying out different ones.
Might as well.
Welcome to Dragon of Icespire Peak. Wonderful people there, pointing at you all, and then wonderful people here. I'm pointing at my screen because we're the wonderful people that will be hopefully entertaining you for the next some time.
You're setting the bar high there.
Yes, real high. I mean, I set it off real high with the highly diddly dootin' day. Yes. But before we get to the game and my inane chatter goes away, we got some announcements to get through first. First of all, folks, we've talked about them. They're the birds of paradise. They make some beautiful dice, bird themed. Tiana's going to be whipping them out.
Literally, every time you do this, I'm surprised, and I really shouldn't be.
Boom, bam. That's the magpie. It's white, it's black, it's teal. It looks like a magpie. Boom, to bam. Their next dice set, the Arizona set, is going to be coming out soon. But hold on to that. Keep that in mind. But first, we're going to go to another thing. Nord Games is our other sponsor. Nord Games provides all the supplemental stuff for your D&D 5e game. They got supplement books. They got creature books, settlement books, cards, dice towers. They got all the different sorts of kinds of things. But folks, they're adding some new stuff. If you do the exclamation point Kickstarter, Nord Games is right now doing a Kickstarter for minis. Yes, folks. Not only do they provide you the books, the decks, and all the towers, now they can give you little figurines that you can use to kill your players. So go check that out, Nord Games. Now, if you combine Birds of Paradise, you combine Nord Games, and a whole bunch of other stuff, you get our super massive $200 giveaway, which is happening, folks. The drawing is on October 5th, but the last day to enter is September 30th. So keep that in mind. We got over $200 worth of stuff. We got some Birds of Paradise stuff. We got some Nord Games stuff. We got some Carbon Gray 21AD5 stuff. Lots of stuff. So exclamation point giveaway to see what all that stuff is all about. Excellent. Gloomhaven, something Lions. It's been out the first 2 episodes. Jaws of the Lion. I'm gonna say yes. Thomas and Amy have been playing the Gloomhaven, their card game expansion, not expansion, but like side game for the Gloomhaven who only wants to play with 2 people. They've got their second episode already out, and they are continuing to do episodes. Go check that out. We also have episode 15 of the Untitled podcast, where apparently Amy's eyes roll so far into the back of her head, she almost rolls out of her seat. Folks, if that is not entertaining enough for you, it does not tantalize you enough, we will do one better next episode. I promise that. James Honor. Boy Scouts, Boy Scouts, Boy Scouts. Boy Scouts.
I've actually never, I mean, obviously, I was never a Boy Scout. I have no idea what the salute is.
My brother was for 2 weeks, and then he was like, I don't like this. And then I was like, I don't like it because he was my older brother. Hey, yo. Yeah. I think that's it. Nope. We've got the boy. The boy just triggered. So at I'm assuming the break, we'll be doing a giveaway of a Nord Games deck. Yes, that is the 3rd time we've mentioned Nord Games because we love them so much. Nord Games deck giveaway, probably at the break because we triggered the boy. That boy triggering is via the bits. And before we get to the bits of tonight, we're doing a new thing, folks. Mainly for our European viewers. Hello, European viewers who will be seeing this.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Hello.
Guten Tag.
Yes. We know. And
Привет.
there we go. We just lost 5 of them.
Oh no.
Anyway, we're going to be doing reruns of episodes. So they air tonight here on the Pacific time, West Coast at the 7 p.m.s. But for our European friends, they will be airing the following day on 9 a.m. So Tuesday, 9 a.m., they will be a rerun for this. And any bits that are donated in that time will be sent over to us the following week. It's almost like time traveling bits. You pop it in the ground and then it grows into fruition next Monday. Thank you, European friends. Thank you. Awesome. I think that's everything.
I think you're correct.
Yes, we do have some bits. The bits for always. Thank you so much. From the Hefner, 500 bits for the DM. Bonjour, merci. Gotta really bring in that European audience. Mes amis, les bits.
Danke.
Yes, 500 bits from the Hefner to me, and 500 bits from the Hefner to you all.
Yay!
Yay! So with the
Can't wait to
carryover of the
squander
4
those.
from last week, y'all have a total of 5. There you go, Nick. Now you have 1 per person.
Thank you. That's all I ask.
I think that's all the announcements. Oh, wow. As soon as I speak, it's just the bits start coming in. Thank you so much to the Duke Fleeg, 1,000 bits to the players.
Thank you, Your Grace.
Thank you.
Oh, and clips. Yes, we're still doing that thing. If you find something funny, you say something inspirational, you see something that rends and plucks at your heartstrings, you can clip that. There's some stuff in the user interface in the Twitch bar. You click when you want to make a clip and it does the little brackets and you can sled them around when you're like, oh yeah, that moment was so funny when and then you hit the brackets and then you expand it and you're like, you get the whole hit.
He's either having a stroke or speaking.
Yes.
Five
we should
people are
do
going to
it.
clip your intro at the top
Yeah,
of this stream.
exactly.
Wonderful.
If you do, please. Yes. Or ask people to do clips or just bad. Pun or cringe comp is more our speed.
Clip the puns, clip the cringe.
Yes. Yes. I mean, last episode we really didn't hit the cringe. I think we got like a good solid 2 or 3. We gotta pump it back up, We had like a 15 one time. So we gotta rack that ding 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 ding.
I'm waiting for someone to remix one of Darjan's songs. A new viral sensation.
Yes.
Pony. Excellent. That's all announcements for Quest and Chaos and me. Does anyone else have announcements? No. Ooh.
Moment.
Well, we can stop stalling and get to the hard stuff. We get to war, people. In tonight's episode of Dragon of Icespire Peak. Not doing that one again. Ooh.
I do not recommend doing that kind of voice for very long.
No.
Learn from my mistake with Alexandria's new voice.
This is not branded water.
Real quick, I saw, on the Twitch stream, someone's requesting on how to clip. So just a quick little tutorial. If you put your little mouse icon or something over the actual video of all of us talking heads, there should be something in the lower, I believe, right-hand side that looks like a little action from like the 1950s Hollywood. And then you can press that after you've seen something funny or sad or whatever. And then I think it'll clip that little blurb, I think. That's all. Yes, yeah, something like that.
And thank you, Nick. No, that's not Nick. Thank you, Matt, for well, y'all, I just came back from a camping trip and I had the worst camping neighbors. Sleep, what is that?
Oh.
I mean,
Anyway.
I can't exactly throw stones. I keep calling you Aaron.
Hey, at least that's actually part of my name compared to Matt and Nick, who are only just above each other on this.
Okay, we look alike, so I get it.
Brothers, very much alike, yes. But to do that, to keep on that train of that 1950s action stuff, we'll go back even further to the 20s and 30s, because this is probably where that voice comes from. Anyway, last time on Dragon of Icespire Peak, our adventurers had discovered the source of Nomengard's troubles, a mimic named Mimi. After interrogation, they learned Mimi was led there by a shadowy figure. Intent on locating this figure, they locked Mimi in the inventor's workshop and proceeded to split the party. Winley and Darjan and Isolt making a replacement barrel for where Mimi was, and Inqua and Tim hunting for some food to keep it satiated. The barrel-making party proved more artistic than practical, creating an avant-garde wood metal sculpture. Okay, I can't even read right now. Focus more on the voice. Anyway. After a suggestion to shift one of the barrels, the team headed to the wine cellar. Darjan distracted a gnome up and down, being led to the kitchen, while Winley and Isolt set the new barrel. With keen eyes, Isolt noticed something strange about the floor. Poked it, and it exploded. Meanwhile, Tim and Inqua's hunting expedition began much smoother. No scoping, Inqua took down 8 squirrels. Seeing Tim struggle, though, he shot for his knife that escaped into a bush, only to hit Cherubim, a young gnomish girl who was collecting flowers for her idol, Winley. While attempting to comfort this gnome girl who had a giant arrow sticking out of her shoulder, they were attacked by a cloaked figure. Trading arrows, they were able to scare it away. They gave chase for the trail to lead them to a singular rock in a clearing. Of these 3 groups, because, when you split the party, it's a very interesting time jump scenario, folks. Of these 3 groups, Darjan was having the grandest of times, being entertained and subsequently entertaining the kitchen staff of Nomengard. Soaking in this revelry, she snapped herself back to the reality at hand, ran back to Tim and Inqua, returning soaked from the rain. They met up with Isolt and Winley in Fibblestib's workshop before they all made their way back to the clearing Inqua had found. They found a small tunnel there, an escape route from Nomengard. They proceeded to check as many tunnels that extended out of this gnome warren to find that their suspect roster was slowly narrowing down to 1 gnome, Factore, who they briefly met at the very beginning of their time in Nomengard, who shot them with a bunch of crossbow bolts. Shot at them being relative because her invention kept breaking. After once, y'all. Taking the investigation to her desk and a very vindictive destruction of her whiteboard equations, they discovered a hidden file detailing weapons and inventions of great power and destruction. Turning these over to Fibblestib, his eyes grew distant as he and his wife, Dabbledob, began to recount their time in the War of the Silver Marches. And that is where we begin. As the soft rain from outside slowly echoes through the halls of Nomengard, our party sees Fibblestib staring down at these documents, some probably in his own hand, with his wife standing over on his side, both of them absorbing the information you have just given them.
I don't want to disturb them, but I want to try to keep them here and not back in the day. So I'll start humming and see if I can bring them back to today.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Ooh.
Oops, that won't work.
off right.
Oh yeah. So as you hum, Fibblestib's eyes, his remain pretty firmly on the documents at hand. But Dabbledob, she blinks a bit and is like, "Oh, sorry about that. Just remembering a bit. Yes. Wow. It's been a while since we've seen these. Where did you say you found them again?
Under the desk. Did you put them there? It was in
Oh.
a little doorway.
No, they were in her desk.
Oh.
They were in a hidden compartment in Factori's
For his
desk.
desk. Yes.
And she just sighs, and a different type of distance, more of possibly seeing things as like starting to connect the dots.
Yes. It's hard. But we see them too.
Are you sure they were in Factori's desk?
We can show you where.
Please. And you lead her over to the desk of Factori's, and you see the secret compartment that you found, Argent, still kind of popped outwards.
Yeah.
So you found them here?
Yes.
Well, not surprising a bit, I guess, but
So that you didn't hide them there.
oh no. Actually, I mean, all of our files are kept over there, and she points back into the main workshop, and you see over on the far end there are some shelves with lots of papers organized in a chaotic manner. Yes, and she leads you over there. It's like, yes, when my husband and I, we were part of the War of the Silver Marches, we had a small hand in it. We developed a thing, and she starts to rifle through the files until she finds the right one and just like pulls it out. And it's like, it's very similar to what you found here, pointing to the other one. It's like, yes, the intention was to be able to burn things without destroying the structures. Burn organic material. Yes.
That fits.
And it seems Factori came across this in the files and started doing her own work on it.
Or was she there at the time with you?
She was there. Not part of this operation. We found her post routing of the enemy. we were able to push them out of Silvery Moon, and well, we found a young gnome without anything, and we took her with us because we didn't even have a name, so we just took her with us here.
So, do you really think she has something to do with everything that's going on, or do you think somebody else has discovered what's going on with these files?
I mean, we do have a lot of inventors here of differing sorts. There are some who are great with alchemy, some great with tinkering and all that. And Factori was just very, very intelligent and always had a mind for weaponry. And she points back down towards, you can see in that small doorway the tower with the revolving crossbows.
Yes, we're familiar with that.
Yes.
What about the mole?
Sorry?
The sketch with the mole, the clockwork.
Yes.
You paused for quite a while on that one.
And you guys still see it, like when you stopped him from crumpling it, it is still within Fibblestib's hand, like half crushed, and he's still staring down at the alchemical equation. And Dabbledock just puts a hand on his shoulder. It's like, doesn't even speak to him, and just slowly pries it from his fingers and smooths it out on the a little bit of ways from Fibblestib. Yeah. How familiar are you all with I guess gnomish religion?
A little bit, but not very much.
Well, we all have in religions and stories, we all have that character who is to be the example of bad virtues one should not follow.
Mhm.
His name is Erdlin. He was, it was said that when Garl Glittergold, the patron god of all gnomes, was to set out on an adventure, Erdlin was the one who did not answer the call. And he represents greed and, well, wrongdoing in gnomish communities, where it prizes the individual over the community in detrimental ways.
And this figure is a mole.
He's depicted in many different ways. I guess to further distance himself from his gnomish godly counterparts, forefathers decided a white gnome or a white mole was the choice.
So this is, well, I can't tell from the schematics. Is this something, what would the scale of this be? I ask more because we can't find her. There was a cubby hole or something in the floor of her room that had been emptied out. And I'm wondering if she's fled and if she has something that can dig tunnels.
And Dabbledob, not as ostentatious as Fibblestib's like glasses that like zoom in, just like lines one up and then like looks over the documents rotating very slowly. Excuse me. Hearing little clicks and gears whirring, and she's like, won't be too large, only about the size of maybe your head, as she points to Inkwa's slightly larger than everybody else's head, but small.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the intention does not seem to be a like our barrel crabs. That's a good name. Finally have a name for them. Well, barrel crabs, where one could ride in them and potentially dig through.
So what would be the purpose of something like this?
It seems more like a tinkering, like a clockwork toy. There are some alchemical equations within it that would be self-powering, as opposed to the more conventional wind-up ones. This would be almost, I wouldn't say living, but it would move on its own.
Okay, then.
I think my husband just crumpled it up just based on the iconography of it.
Well, and it may also be a representation of her following that path.
Yes, they do say that Erdlin finds those that tend to find themselves alone.
So do we believe at this time we have enough information to tell the queens and then hopefully following that, the guards. If she's as dangerous as she was when we were out, everyone needs to be alerted.
Why would Factory want to hurt the queens?
Why would Factory want to hurt Nomengard?
Well, because I would expect they're holding back her research.
Interesting.
I wonder where she could have gone, because we seem to have scoured the place. And turns to Fibblestead and Double. Did you see her working alongside you earlier before we came in?
I mean, she tends to be in that room by herself very often. We don't really see her that much. I mean, like there is that doorway that leads into it, but all you basically see from that doorway is the tower. You don't see like where her desk would be or her chalkboard.
Sure.
Yes.
How much does she know about her background?
How do you mean?
The fact that you found her during the war.
I mean, when we found her, her eyes were very glazed over, and she didn't really recollect much. Not even a name, as I said before. So we gave her one, just like a fun little name, and then when we were deciding on the next place to go to live, we brought her along.
I'm just wondering if some of that has come back and that's helping make her not her, or helping fuel her I don't want to say hatred, but for her violence and trying to take things over. Grasping at straws, but
Post-war trauma exhibits itself in a lot of different ways.
yes, it does.
When was the last time you saw her? Just out of curiosity.
I mean, seeing her is a relative term, but I mean, I know she was working before, and I did see her taking, I think, yes. When you first arrived here, there was some firing of the crossbow bolts. And I know that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I take a moment just to, because I know that we assume that she's bleeding at this point.
Yes.
Can I look through? I'm curious while we're discussing if I can see any blood in her workspace, like thinking maybe she came back to grab something after she grabbed it, and if she's collecting and trying to get out of, like, collecting the work in her lab area.
Yeah. If you want to make your way over there, make me in this case, it would be an investigation check.
Okay. Investigation.
14. Nice. So you make your way over there while the conversation is happening, and you rifle around, and you don't find any blood. With that 14, real quick, just make me also one more thing, just an intelligence check. Just straight intelligence.
Oh, gotcha.
15.
Damn.
So you've passed by Factori's place a couple times, and the one time that you came in, like for an extended period of time, was when she was shooting at you. You did see it be a little more on the messier side, and then when you first came back and you found the files, it was tidied up a bit more.
Okay.
So drawing those two, you can.
I'll subtly relay it to the group that I feel like she has been back between the time that we've been gone, and that it's a little more on the tidier side. She may be closer than we think.
Or she has taken the opportunity to clean up, grab the last things that she found important, and leave. Possibly.
Probably she wouldn't take the papers, though.
We have copies.
or she has them all memorized.
Sorry, I keep having to look at the names. Fibblestop and Stibblestube. Fibblestib and Dabbledob. They still have one of the sending stones, correct?
Yes.
Yes, they do. It would be with Fibblestib.
Okay. Excuse me, Fibblestib. And then I kind of want to turn to the group and just be like, Tim, I kind of agree with you. I think maybe we should let the queens know what is going on. But I do think that if maybe we ask them, if she does come back for some reason to collect more paperwork or whatnot, to send us a quick little, hey, she's here, so we can come back and maybe...
Well, they should probably come with us. I mean, they're the ones that recognize her papers. I mean, we suspected her, but I think these papers are the smoking gun.
I just am worried about leaving the lab and Mimi unattended, because if she is she could then release Mimi. So I feel like maybe take one of them with us, but I don't want...
Okay, so we should kill Mimi now.
Remembering how cute Mimi is, maybe we could leave Mimi alone for a minute. But
I mean, if it's out in the forest, it could get other gnomes.
Right, but Mimi has 8 squirrels to munch on. I think that we're
Okay.
Well, yeah, but you saw where it was. That's where Cherubim was looking for flowers. It could have gotten her if it was out there.
Pang of guilt hits Inqua as he mentions Cherubim. I personally wouldn't want to kill Mimi, but
no, that's why I offered. Her hands would be clean.
Looks at Winley, looks at Isolt, looks at Darjan. Like,
Tim, do you really think it's necessary? I think maybe it could be a good ally at some point, yeah? It knows how to get in places. No?
No. I think if you were alone in there with it and had the chance, it would eat you.
It is currently only held at bay by threat of a large sword.
Call in now. Do you want us to kill Mimi? Press number 1 if yes. Press number 2 if no.
Vote with your bit. Vote with your bit. Send an inspiration to James if you want us to leave it alive.
I know. It's like that slow pan into Tim as it's like waiting. Press X for...
Tim's not like pushing anyone, but he's just like, oh yeah, I
understand.
Nope.
I can do that.
And
you guys need me to do that?
That's his thing. That's what he does.
Fair enough. I think we wait until this is resolved before dealing with Mimi, because at the moment, Mimi is a witness.
Yes.
And telling the queens that a young gnome is going around killing all of the other gnomes it's going to be a bitter pill to swallow. And as much evidence as we can have on our side as possible is going to be for the best to get this resolved.
So we have... Okay. Fibblestib could stay here with the stone and watch over Nyx and Cherubim. And did we send Up and Down to the queens already? What did we do with Up and Down?
A message was sent.
Yes, we sent Up and Down with a message to the queens, and we ran into him again, if I remember correctly.
No, I think he left.
Yes.
Yeah, because we came here first, so he ran off. Okay, so he's not here.
Right. Up and Down will give the note to the queens.
I think Cherubim stayed here because she was having a bit of a breakdown after all of her trauma. That wasn't our fault. I'm glad no one noticed that it was a bolt sticking out of Inqua and an arrow sticking out of her.
You actually say like her trauma that wasn't our fault? Because if you do, I'm inciting that.
I remember.
No, this was out of character. I'm just kind of
okay. That's fair.
Yes, we did give Up and Down a note to give to the queens.
But he didn't. I guess he would have just gone along his way after dropping that note off.
Yeah.
He was
Wish
pretty.
I could remember what we told him.
We
You can say.
ran into him again when we were looking at the pantry, if you recall, and
Mm-hmm.
he told us that he had delivered the note.
Okay. So okay.
I think the note was just for us saying, "Hey, we're on the trail of something," just letting
Yeah.
you know.
Oh yeah.
And then that's when we left and came back. Yeah. So the queens are still I'm assuming that we're out and about doing our questing thing. I do think we should get to them and let them know.
And we want Dabbledove to come with us because she can explain the notes.
Mm-hmm.
If you would be kind enough, Dibbledob.
Dabbledop?
Dabbledop, excuse
Sorry,
me.
I'm kidding.
You know what? There are so many goddamn names, and
So
they're
many
all
gnomes, I know.
difficult.
Both of them have a bubble.
Dabbledob, how is Nyx doing? We haven't heard from her in a while.
She was she was resting in the back when you all returned here. So
I mean, she was roommates with Factory for so long. I wonder if she would have any idea where she might have gone.
I mean, that's certainly a way to pursue. We just she's still very much asleep at the moment.
Maybe when we get back from the Queens.
Yes, we'll see if she's more open to waking.
So, just a reminder though, if Nyx wakes up, if Factoria comes back, if Mimi gets crazy, please let us know through the sending stone so that we can act accordingly.
I'll hold up the mate of it.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, you still see Fibblesiv very much locked in place.
I'm gonna come over and kneel next to him so that we're on level. Just like rest an arm on the desk. I wasn't at the Silver Marches, but I have friends who were. I have friends who didn't come back. I cannot begin to imagine what you are remembering, and I'm sorry that this had to come up again.
Yes, it was a very, very difficult. Lots of blood in fire. And it was yes.
Hey, don't push it down. If you try to ignore it, it will come back in ways that harm your mind, harm your heart. It happened, and it was terrible. And you had to live through that, and I'm so sorry. But you're not alone in handling it now.
And you see you say that his eyes water a little bit, but he steels himself again and like, yes, I will stay on the good old sending stone and keep my eye out.
Thank you. And I'll reach over and put a gentle hand on his shoulder and just squeeze very gently.
Is it did you choose the shoulder with the stab wound or the
the one that is not injured?
You place a hand on his left shoulder and he just takes it and get a move on, and he shuffles you away, his wrist kind of creaking. It's like, oh, need to get some oil to that.
Yeah, and I'll stand up and rejoin the others.
And he looks to Dabbledot and gives her a nod, and Dabbledot gives a nod back. It's like, well, let's go talk with the queens.
I'm going to give a little tug on Darjan's shoulder as we're walking so we can fall behind. And when we got some distance, honestly, I think she's out for revenge. Their tactic, I think it killed her parents. Don't tell the... Yeah?
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. When I brought up some of that stuff, I was thinking that, but that...
Just don't say it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. That's what I'm very afraid of.
Well, as long as they're keeping an eye out for her, we can finish our exchange, and I don't think she'll follow us, at least.
Yeah, good call.
We will mosey back up with the rest of the group, unless Darjan...
Cool. You guys mosey on up, and it's... Oh.
And also while we're walking, Winley tugs at Isolde. Izzy, what happened with the Silver Marches?
It was a mess. It was... So Tiana the player didn't actually have a chance to look it up. So I'm trying to remember what I know about the Silver Marches.
Yeah, certainly. Make
Sorry
me
to
a
put you on the
history.
spot.
Just generalized. It was.
It was a history check.
Yes, please.
Yep, there's the low rolls.
So it's because of your time in the order, you do know some of the friends who went out. You know, very basic. The Silver Marches, there was basically an incursion, combined force, of Orc and Drow civilizations banding together. Also with the, I don't think you would know that, but you know of Orcs and Drow banding together, hitting the northern Dwarven cities, and this incursion spread so greatly that it even from the northern mountains on the spine of the world, it came all the way down to Sundabar, and they were basically stopped, or they made it to Silvery Moon as their furthest southern point. And there was a lot of battling that happened there, but then from that point, because there was so much land that they traversed and cities that they hit there, the combined forces eventually began to route them back.
Mm-hmm. But it was a long campaign.
I believe it was around 10, if I remember, 5 to 10ish years.
Okay.
In between there.
Yeah, and I'll pass that along and just.
Silvery Moon must be such a sad place. Oh, Darjan, didn't you and Tim come from there?
Yes, we did.
Must be
Were-
sad.
Were you there during the war?
I was,
Oh,
and got to see out the window white dragons fighting. It was pretty epic, but we recovered and we came back.
White dragons.
Well, not all of us.
I was thinking we as a people.
And I just looked it up. It was actually only for a year, 1484 to 1485.
Thank you.
But it was a very quick and
Blood-soaked
sudden
year.
burst
Mhm.
of invasion before it was routed back.
probably felt like 5 to 10 years.
Mm.
Like some years, I know.
It felt like forever.
Can't imagine what you're talking about. Not a clue. But yes, I wasn't sent out as part of the forces from the Knights of the Unicorn, but some of the people that you've met were.
Oh.
And by the time you guys finish this, you guys have made it to the doors of the Queen's Chamber with that mural that you saw imprinted on the double stone doors.
Is this the mural of the gods? Do I remember that right?
This one is almost singularly of Garl glitter gold.
Yeah.
With some of his compatriots, it's the throne room with more of that elaborate depiction.
Okay.
Did this one have the moles on it, or a mole on it too? Yeah,
that
because
was
I
on the-
remember that.
That was on the throne room.
Okay.
And the inside, yeah.
I picked up on that.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to defer to Dabbledob because I mean,
Mhm.
she knows the queens.
Yeah. She's like, oh yes. Knox. My queens, it is Dabbledob. If you are willing to have an audience at the moment, we would like to speak with you. And then you hear from the inside, yeah, you hear like the final movements of furniture. Just like, and you, the doors open up slightly, and you're greeted by Lorilla, and she's like, "Hello there, everyone. It is good to see you are all well after a little step outside. Yes, you would like to come in."
Oh, certainly.
Yes, it is fine to come in right now. It's nothing too fancy. And you guys come in, and it's, despite that elaborate throne room you saw with like the glittering jewels and all this one's similar to the other residence areas. It's furnished a little bit nicer, but it's not like a huge step above where they've got like massive beds and like a couch and landing. But it is a larger room, and they have gnome-sized lounging areas to sit upon, and then there's a bed on the corner, and you see Roywyn just laying there, kind of propped up on a few pillows, awake, but just noting your presence.
I was not expecting her to be awake, honestly.
Mm.
Yes, and as she closes the door and walks with you, you find any information?
Unfortunately.
You spoke of a traitor. I'm assuming you've discovered their identity?
We have. It is the young inventor factory.
And you see Lorilla's eyes go over to Dabbledob, and Dabbledob gives a nod. That is a shame. Yes, very big shame. We all four of us found that child there, and we well, just a shame is what it is.
We have not been able to find her. We found some evidence in the escape tunnels under Nomengard that she had been there. She was bleeding, and we found, well, blood, recent blood in the tunnels.
Okay.
Where we could get to them anyway. We're a little large for them.
That is the point. Keep ourselves safe for when we need escape. And Wizard Rex TV. There we go. Wizard Rex TV just read us. Hello and welcome to the Chaos Folk.
Welcome.
Our group of adventurers have been solving a murder mystery within Nomengard, a gnomish town, and they are now presenting their evidence to the queens of this town. Yes, so, very good.
We found a cubby in her room, emptied out.
Very small cubby.
But now I wouldn't be surprised if she knows that you're all aware of her. So she may have fled. She might return to try to collect her notes. Perhaps you could inform your guards and they could intercept her before she hurts anyone else.
Yes, yes, no, that's very good. Yes. Okay. Yes. I will be sure to alert Ula and Pog of Factore to keep an eye out for her.
Okay.
Is there... Well, you have done what was asked of you to find this traitor. Excellent. Well, I do believe I guess a reward is in order, yes?
Yes,
Um,
I mean, we came here. Our purpose was to find defenses for Phandalin against a white dragon that is attacking the village, the town.
Yes. Yes, we can assist with that. Dabbledob, would you mind taking them and seeing the treasury room, see if we can find anything useful for them there? And Dabbledob is like, oh yes, my queen, I will certainly take him over there. Well, thank you all for doing this. Where is our purple thing?
Currently held trapped within one of the rooms in Fibblestib and Dabbledob's laboratory.
Very good, very good.
We fed it squirrels.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is good to know that it has an appetite beyond my people.
Would you like for us to deal with that before we leave?
What is your proposal?
If you have further use for it, then you have use for it either as a witness or I have no idea. I don't deal much in politics, I'm afraid. But if you believe it too dangerous and you have the information that you need, we can remove it. Kill it off, I mean, to be more blunt.
Dabbledob, do you find this evidence sufficient that the one causing problems here is Factore? Yes, my queen, that seems to be the case. Very well. If you wish, you may handle it, or we may take care of it as well. But we would like that thing to be removed from Nomengard.
As you wish, Your Majesty.
Very good. Dabbledob, if you could lead them to the treasury, and then they can also finish their last task here. And just so you know, we are very grateful, my wife and and I will assume, despite not knowing the dangers that they were in, if they did know, Nomengard would also be very grateful.
Some of the most important works are done where no one can see them.
Too true. Too true. Well, thank you so much. And if you ever find yourselves near Nomengard, you do have yourself a place to stay.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Thank you.
Well then. And then Dabbledob is at the door, and the door has been opened.
Bow very formally to the two queens before taking my leave.
She gives you a head nod, maintains that same grace that you saw her maintain this entire time. And as you guys leave the doorway, Dabbledob closes the door behind you. Well, yes, to the treasury. Get you all your rewards.
Oh, thank you.
And as we're walking, Winley kind of grumbles to Inkwa, I thought Mimi was kind of cute.
Oh, don't get me started, Winley. I'm so nervous. I mean, I think it's adorable, but I mean, it did try to, kill me, but it's cute.
Right. Yeah. Mm.
And if do I hear this conversation?
Were you guys being quiet about it, or?
I was being a little quiet, but Winley isn't the best.
Yeah, and Inkwa wasn't hiding his,
Having-
because he knows that in his mind he thinks Tim wants to kill it. So he's kind of maybe being a little louder to be like, yeah, it is kind of cute, isn't it? Kind of.
Yeah, with your passive perception and also them being a bit louder, you definitely heard that.
I'll just say, not even looking back, and the gnomes that were fed to it, I'm sure were rather adorable as well.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Inkwa will just share a look with Winley. Like, no, like that. That's but with a look. Yeah.
Yes.
And as Dabbledob leads you down the hallways, you guys find one of the few doors in Nomengard, and it is has a lock on it. Dabbledob, rifles around in her pouch, takes a key, opens the door, and you guys, they said it was a treasury. Well, what you see as you guys enter is more of like a warehouse.
Wow.
Whoa.
And you see all different types of gadgets, and a lot of them are very similar to what you saw in the workshop. Unfinished wires sticking out, cogs here and there. It's all kind of a mess. Giant piles of just unfinished inventions that just litter this warehouse, shelves and shelves, crates and boxes. Yeah, it's massive in its spectacle, but it is, yeah.
Well, I guess you know what they say about one man's trash.
Oh no, this is
treasure.
No. There's got to be more than this. This is just the beginning of this.
Oh.
Well, Dabbledob, I'm expecting you might be more familiar with what's in here. Can you recommend anything for dragons?
Oh,
Thanks, Tim.
dragons. That's a bit of a harder one to recommend a thing to. I mean,
It's an ice dragon.
Oh.
Well, I mean, are there any good crossbows? I think I'm thinking too narrow for what we're in, but I can't.
Oh, but that would be awesome.
I mean,
If I could get a crossbow.
Well, no, this isn't for us.
No, that's what she said. This was for us. They were talking
this
about
is-
this is
yeah.
for us.
No.
Yeah.
The gold was to buy supplies to defend the town.
Right. But that
We're
was
getting
different.
the supplies here and splitting the gold, because that's not a small sum of gold. So let's get the supplies for the town from here, and then say that we spent the gold on those. Because gold you can spend.
I still want a crossbow.
I hand you my crossbow. Here. I mean, I'll need it back if something attacks us, because you have magic and I don't have a...
I want my own crossbow.
We'll buy you one with gold.
But no, they might
Inkwood's
have a really cool one here.
While they're arguing, Nico's going to lean over to the soul, and they're not a couple, right?
I'm reasonably sure.
Okay.
And Winley's going through the gadgets. Oh, Darjan, this one looks like a hand axe.
And you see like a pole with some cogs sticking out of it, wires just like kind of arcing in different ways, and Dabbledob kind of just rushes over. It's like that one is unfinished. You don't want to know what it does.
She kind of walks away grumbling while they all look unfinished.
Oof. There are a few that I'm sure we can find in here. Come with me.
Yes,
And-
we are looking to defend against a white dragon. So anything that you can recommend along those lines.
Yes, white dragon. Yes, of course. Let's see here. And she starts leading you through these hallways that aren't hallway. I mean, they're hallways based on the fact that these boxes kind of just shape the path that you walk on. It's no like straight lines. It's just like you're kind of weaving and bobbing, and she like looks in and she pours through and she dives into like one little pile and pulls out a thing. It's like, this one would be kind of fun. Yeah, catch.
Everyone does this.
I duck.
Winley
I've had things thrown at me before.
Amazing.
This one goes straight to Inkwell.
Hmm?
And you catch it, and you notice with Dabbledob, she was wearing gloves. But when you catch it, you just feel this shock run through your hand. And you take one lightning damage.
What?
Oh, this is going to take gloves, will it?
Darjan, do you pick it up, Darjan?
Yes.
You pick it up, and it doesn't shock you. But yeah, Dabbledob's like, no. Well, that's the funny part about it. That one is cold.
Funny, yeah.
I'll just like nudge Inqua very firmly in the ribs. Stop.
I've been bleeding for about 4 hours now. I'm kind of sick of getting attacked with random things.
You've stopped bleeding by now. Stop whining.
I hate
Yeah,
it. As he's like shoved in this cramped little thing. Just got shocked.
This room is, because of its storage capacity, is much taller. It's a good like 20 feet.
He still hates it, James, okay?
It's still underground,
Yes,
damn it.
exactly.
So
but Dabbledob's like,
hands.
Dabbledob laughs at your little discomfort, and she's like, yeah, that is what we call the shock and drop. It shocks you and then you drop it.
Clever.
Yeah, real useful. Yeah.
Good branding.
Branding.
We do we make sure we get some good names here. But my husband invented that one. What you do is obviously if someone catches it, it shocks them for a little bit. But what you can do is if you attach it to your sword, it could run an electrical current through that and do more.
Oh.
Ah.
Is that?
Everyone seems less than impressed. I love.
Oh no, I'm
Just like,
I'm thinking, am I gonna have to arm wrestle Darjan to get this? Because I might.
No, this one, that's fine. That's fine. You can have it on your sword. I'm still looking for my crossbow.
You can buy one of those.
I would have gloves on, so I'll reach over and take it.
I will give it to her. I'll say yes. Okay, this you can have it.
Yeah, thank you kindly.
And I'll give you some info on that later. I need to relook where it was, where that info was. I didn't save it. Tamago Tora gives 500 bits to the players.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Dabbledob, after that little moment of joviality, you
Little
set
levity.
a bit more of a hop in her step as she takes you along further in. You find a shelf littered with different types of goggles and stuff. And she's like,
Hmm.
and she looks at the group and she knows, okay, yeah, only you, points at Darjan, can see in the dark, right? Well, I got a thing for you here. And she pulls out a goggle, but you notice that one of the lenses is missing, and she also notices that, and she's like, oh, well, these will let you see in the dark. Well, for this one, it's only one eye. But it'll let you see in the dark. For you four, if you're interested, or now this one's a bit of an invention of mine. She grabs another one. These are Dabble Daub's spectacles of sensational size.
What does that do?
Expound.
So if I look at something with them, it looks bigger.
Basically, what it does a little bit of transmutative magic on your eyes, so that way you can see all the way up to a mile.
Ooh.
Wow.
The only hick I have yet to find out is that you really can't see things up close because it looks like, whoa, you can really see the lines in your palms of your hand. And they do have the unfortunate side effect that when you do take them off, your eyes are a bit larger for about an hour.
Like in a cute way or
More like you squeeze something a bit too hard way.
ooh. Not for me, guys.
Me either. Sorry.
Anybody?
Nice try, though, Dabble Daub.
Hey, it's all inventions are a work in progress. Now that I remembered about these things, I'll go continue to work on them unless anyone wants it.
It's necessary for me to be able to see what's up close, I'm afraid.
Okay. Well, you could just have the lens, or if you find another lens that goes into the other side.
You know what? Sure.
Dark, yes. Seeing in the dark.
It could be like a monocle. If you want to just pop out the lens, go ahead.
Just like hold it up to one eye.
Yeah, just.
No.
Okay. Wow. Tough crowd.
So I'll slip the half goggles into my belt pouch.
Cool. And she continues to take you along, and this one she just finds like a backpack, and she grabs it. It's like, this one's fun.
What's it do?
Yeah,
Does
fun
anyone
how?
Anyone want to try it?
No.
It's not gonna shock us, is it?
No, this one will not shock you, I swear.
Well, I'm always a fan of a bag. And
Okay.
Winley grabs it.
Grabs it, straps it over both shoulders.
I get distance.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
and then she tries to find a mirror to
same.
see how it looks on her.
You see a reflective piece of metal on the far end.
Oh, pretty cute.
And yes, I believe who designed this one? Actually, yes, this one was a Nyx invention. If you I'm just going to pull this, and she pulls a little tab, and you see on the back of the backpack just kind of open up, and then a balloon shoots up, and you just see Winley shoot up 10 feet.
Oh, that's
You
great.
just see Winley dangling a good 15 feet in the air.
Oh, that's
Guys,
Inqua will
Oh.
go under her just throughout the conversation, just in case she does decide to drop, and I'll catch her if she does.
oh, that's a good way to get a lay of the land.
Yeah. That too. We haven't exactly found a way to propel oneself, so you just kind of go up.
How does one get back down?
You wait about 10-ish minutes.
So what you're saying is that we would need to attach a rope around someone's waist and tow them around.
I was about to say, do I get a rope and toss it up to her?
it takes a few tries because Winley's not very coordinated.
Yeah,
All right.
you throw it up.
Yeah. Inqua, you want to try pulling her down?
Yeah, no, just, no.
He'll just like mutter it. He'll be
I'm
like,
helping, obviously.
Dabbledob should really be telling us what things do before he just kind of lets us figure it out, I guess.
I adore how our innocent ranger is getting more and more grumbly by the episode.
he doesn't like it near. He's just like,
When he's like, get it off me!
Yes.
Get it off me!
And I still haven't seen any treasure or crossbows.
We haven't, as you could tell, most of the weaponry was developed by Factore, and well,
Oh,
Where's that?
the ones that work are with Ulen Pog.
Like the legs.
yes.
The legs, the net gun.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. All right.
But what we hope this one would be, if you are surrounded by multiple foes, what you do is you just pull on the string and you shoot you straight up, and hopefully within those 10 minutes you'll have friends that can take care of them for you.
Sure, if no one's carrying a bow and arrow, a javelin, a spear,
Or if you're fighting a
rocks.
dragon. Because then you're just floating there for it to... Yum,
Then
yum.
it's like DoorDash. Well, they would know what DoorDash is. Then it's just like, oh, here it is, delivered.
Just like Castle Dash. Yes.
Castle Dash. And as Ink was holding Winley like a balloon, he'll be like, "Do you have anything in the like area of arrows? Like any type of different style of arrows for the crossbow or for my longbow? I'm just curious. Since it seems like we have to ask if you have specific things.
Any sort of
getting really rude.
shields, if you've developed defenses.
Okay. I don't know if any of those are complete, but let me take a look, see if I can remember. Where are you? Oh, okay. And like you see her mind just go, oh, yes, this way. And she goes down, like winding through. You have your Winley balloon with you.
Winley balloon.
This is like Warehouse 13 or something.
Yeah.
Totally is.
Very
or
much
or
a
the Indiana
chaotic
Jones
warehouse
warehouse.
13, where you just
Chaotic.
don't know what's in it. Bag it and tag it. They've just like thrown it on all different kinds of different ways. Love that show, by the way, if you haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it, and I've heard good things, and
It's
I've put it on the
great.
list. It's a long list.
It's a fantastic one. But yeah, the Factor or Dabbledob leads you to a corner area where you see a barrel, and she does pull out like a good 5-7 arrows. This, I think, is what you're looking for. Here you go. We have made them of unbreakable material. They will not break. But if you do miss and shoot them far, far off, I don't know if you'll ever find them again. They don't come back to you. But this one, that you shoot it at a rock, won't break. Shoot it at steel, won't break.
Shoot it at a dragon. Won't break.
Mhm.
Thank you. And then I'll put it in the square.
Yep. So you have 7 unbreakable arrows.
Love it.
Defenses. Whew.
Yeah, anything that could, like, I think shields would be good, but anything that would protect against ice, maybe clothing. I don't know if you have anything for temperatures.
Not necessarily, but she takes you along one way, and whoever wants to make me a perception check may.
Well, I'll always.
Oh,
roll
I'm
a
looking.
dice.
I'm looking for stuff. So
14.
Winley can't see from up where she is.
I mean, she can. She just can't see what she's looking for.
Did everyone roll? Cool.
Oh, sorry. Do we need to roll something? I'm sorry.
Mhm.
If you would like to
Perception.
make an
Perception.
perception.
Unless you're focused on not bumping Balloon Winley into any of the boxes.
Which I would appreciate.
Yeah,
But then again, if you're looking for
I'll
that,
keep-
she can get at the top shelf stuff.
ooh, the top shelf stuff. Ooh.
Yes. The
Is this
top shelf.
perception you said? I'll do it
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're a bit focused.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. Both he and Winley are the ones who rolled really low because they're really focused on not
That makes
Yeah.
so much sense.
whacking her
Winley's
into
like,
shit.
it's really dusty kind of up in the top. So she's just trying to like not touch anything.
Does she
And
sneeze?
Ink was starting to have
multiple
fun with
times
it,
while
but
she's up
not.
there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's sneezing. Her allergies are definitely acting up.
While
Kinda funny.
Dabbledob is leading,
anyway.
you or Inkwa, Isolt, and Winley, you both continue to follow Dabbledob. Tim and Darjan, what you do notice off to the side, compared to the rest of this chaotic area, you do notice something. It's still messy, but it looks kind of recent.
Just, we should.
Yes, we both look
You
at
guys
each other
go?
and are going like this.
we drift off.
And as you three continue to move forward and you see them like round a pile of gadgetry, you stop and go over and you find yourselves in one of the corner areas of this warehouse, and you just see a bunch of stuff kind of hastily would be a good way to say piled up.
Pile up something under it. I'm gonna start.
Somebody wanted to take something bad. Is there any rhyme or reason to the pieces that are here?
No,
or
I'm
is it
gonna
just-
move the pieces. I'm looking if there's something underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
Someone trying to hide something.
Yeah, and as you clear away, you don't see anything particularly interesting about the stuff that you clear, but when you make it to the bottom, you do notice, compared to the rest of the floor, which has a kind of a grid-like structure to it, there's this one square stone in the ground that I guess, caulking has been kind of, is no longer attached to it.
With the
Somebody-
crowbar.
Yeah, well, we have, but we can't do this by ourselves.
What?
What if they're
Why
down
not?
there?
What?
What if
We
she's
close it.
down?
We'll push everything back over it.
I'll hand it to you.
Okay. now, first of all, looking at this, this doesn't look like something else that was described to us, which was like an elevated plate earlier, right?
Nope, it looks like a stone slab right now.
All right, let's lift this up.
I'm looking around.
Okay. You lift it up, and as you open it, make me, what was it?
A reflex save.
Roll damage. Roll damage.
Wait, make me a wisdom save.
Oh no. I apologize in advance. Do we want to use inspiration?
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Nice.
Okay, that's good.
There's an uncomfortable silence. Is it gas? Does gas come out?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Did
Oh, what's happening?
Darjan, can you also roll, please, since you're
Oh.
within the vicinity?
Oh, I didn't realize that I needed to roll that as well. I'm
Yeah, I thought
sorry.
it was just me.
Yeah. What was it again?
Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. Oh, of course you would have that one.
Just roll better than me.
Oh no.
This is what I do.
I will deal myself a card.
And we can't even use inspiration.
No.
Said better.
So I must run over and try to jump in the hole, right?
Just go straight in.
I see jewels. I see.
So I drew a card. A small item on your person goes missing.
Oh, I really
Now?
can't.
You gonna do that now? Or are you gonna
I will do that whenever I feel like it.
Okay, that's what I was just wondering if it was now.
So as you just crank up this crowbar on this stone plate, you hear and gas
Hold
emanates
your breath.
from it. And Tim, you're just like, you see it seep out and you're able to hold your breath. Darjan, you are not able to hold your breath in time. And as this gas fills your nostrils, the world goes dark. And you're still able to see.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Because I have dark vision.
Uh-oh.
Not necessarily. It's
No, you said it was dark, so that's why I can see.
but you look at your hands and it's as if it's lit.
I'm lit.
And you look about and it's just dark.
I'm glowing.
And as you say that, you don't actually hear anything coming out.
Ooh.
So I just take the highest note and just go,
Wait, I want to know what I'm seeing.
Yeah,
happen.
what is everyone else in the room?
We don't see it. They tucked away, man. We don't know what's going on.
We don't see it? What smells?
Isolt and Ink, while you do, and Winley, yeah, all three of you do.
Well, if
hear
she
that.
if she takes a breath and looks like she's gonna I'm gonna put my hand, but I hope at this point I can recognize when she's about to go into song, but maybe not.
So to describe what Darjan's happening, so you try and hit that high note.
yes.
And nothing happens. And
I don't hear it. Nothing happens.
you don't hear anything. Tim, what you see is Darjan was hit by this gas. She falls over and is currently frothing at the mouth.
Oh,
She astral projecting.
so super fast. Do I just at a quick glance, do I see anything in there that was being protected?
You see down there a hole that leads a pretty large hole compared to other tunnels you've seen, and then you see what emanated this gas. It's a little container.
Okay, yeah. I throw her over my shoulder and I run down. Help! Help! We found something.
So we all heard that, like, what did we hear as far as like a noise?
So you guys didn't hear anything about them leaving or anything, but what you did hear was just like a.
I'm having flashbacks to when that fire stuff came at me.
A softer sound, not like a, but like a.
Sure, but it's a semi-similar sound.
And
like
I'm
all
worried
those
it's
ones.
Winley's air letting out of her balloon, so I'm kind of like, whoa.
Oh, we got to get Winley down. Winley,
And then
help!
you guys remember that you see Tim running over with Darjan, potato sacked over the shoulder, and
as Tim is screaming, we need to get Winley down, and Ghoul will start pulling the.
easy
Tim.
enough just because she's elevated, but you are able to pull her down.
Okay.
Yeah, what happened?
Soul, come with me. A tunnel. There's a tunnel. She has a way in.
Let's go.
So you two go about.
Yeah, I drop off Darjan in Winley's capable hands.
Yeah, Winley kind of takes off the backpack so she can finally.
Yeah,
Not
and
funny.
I'll immediately like shrug my shield onto my arm. I don't draw my sword yet, but my shield is ready to go.
Oh, that's a good idea. I get both out.
And as they start running, I do want to say, what's going on? What happened? What?
Tunnel.
Factory?
Possibly. We'll be back.
And so Dabbledod's with you there. Darjan, while you're still in this dark space, you just start to see people popping up in there. And they're looking at you expectantly and just waiting. And then you see yourself kind of like elevate above them. It's still dark, but they're still looking at you expectantly, waiting.
Because I'm lit and I'm ready. I'm ready.
And every time you like try and say something, nothing is coming out. And these figures that you notice are like faceless are starting to like become agitated. And start crawling up onto your elevated area, and they start to pile on top of you and start pulling at you, and you feel this ripping and rending of your flesh. You take 4 points of psychic damage.
Shit.
Winley, as you're standing there,
what are we seeing as we're looking at?
Yeah, you just see Darjan like convulsing and frothing at the mouth.
Winley, I think we really need to help her.
Okay, I can try to cast a spell and cure her. I can't tell what's going on though. I don't see any wounds. Okay, and then
go.
Why aren't you helping her?
Winley's like so frazzled, so she just centers herself and she kind of grabs her her amulet and she kind of puts her hand on Darjan. I don't know what's happening, but I hope you get better. And she does go ahead and cast Cure Wounds on her in hopes of, she has no clue what's going on, but in hopes of like helping in some way. And
Nice.
8. Whoa. Yeah.
8 points of healing.
Yeah.
Are you a life cleric? Do I remember that right?
Yep.
Then that would be more, right?
I believe you had.
If it's a disciple of life, it's
Life,
2 plus the level of the spell.
Yeah. So, is it at level 1?
I think
Yes.
so. Yeah.
Yeah. So you get 11 points back of health, Darjan.
Julie, I was living for your acting moment for the past.
That was glorious.
For the past like 10 minutes. I was trying to like, let's keep this going. Let's keep this going. Oh, so good. Yeah.
Well done, Julie.
So as you cast this, Darjan, as this pain and unknowing of what's going on is happening, and it's constantly just continuing without any abate or anything, you feel a warmth come over your body, and the images fade. The darkness is still there, but it's like it's no longer lucid, and you basically lose consciousness, but you are out of that. Yes, you are out of that. And Inqua and Winley, you are standing there. Darjan, after the healing has been just calmed down a bit. There's still some froth, but she's no longer convulsing.
Did it work? She's so still now.
I think she's breathing. I think she's okay.
And as you cast this spell, Winley, even with the divine power of LaRue coming down, you do feel the magic in your hands become a little unstable. And the healing goes through, and you feel slightly different. And Inqua, you're the one who notices it. Sprouted from Winley's back are 2 vibrant pink and blue butterfly wings.
We're close to the Queen's chambers. I forgot the weave was messed up here.
What happened?
Does she feel them?
You would feel them now.
Okay.
What?
Winley's
like trying to like turn in circles.
Do I wake up and see this? Do I wake up and see this?
Darjan, you're unconscious at the moment.
Oh, okay.
When Darjan was unconscious, I want to grab her and throw her over my shoulder. So her like she's here. So I'll turn around and then see her with the wings and just be like, "What?
Did you do that?
I feel something weird. What's happening?
You've got wings. You got pink and blue wings."
What? And she like rushes. She's trying to rush over back to that reflective surface, and like I think before she knew it, like it flutters, and she actually kind of floats over back to her.
Yeah. With these wings, you do have 30 feet move or flying speed, so you fly over a little jankily, but you get over there.
And she looks at them. They're beautiful.
They are quite cute. They're very stunning.
And I can actually go up and come back down again.
Well,
I don't know how I did that.
Did you, LaRue?
Oh, she's thanking me for growing so much. Thanks, LaRue.
what?
Maybe we better wait to Isolt and Tim. What do you say?
Sure. And she like tries to fly over again, and it's a little
Oh.
unsteady.
Oh,
And while all that was happening with the healing and the butterfly wings, you two rush over to this corner. And I would say the slab of rock that you were able to lift up was about 5 feet by 5 feet. It's quite large.
So I think most important right now, did we leave the treasury door open when we came in?
Dabbledob did close it behind you, but didn't lock it.
Didn't lock it. There was stuff piled on top of this slab. And I looked down there's a tunnel there. So
I'll like
she-
crouch and look.
She was in. If she put the stuff on top of the slab, then she was inside.
I wonder where this tunnel comes out.
Keep your guard up. And I'm gonna run towards the front door and see if it's open.
Okay. It takes you a little while. This is a
Stay by the
large warehouse. It is not open at the moment. Isolt, when you look down, it's dark.
Damn it! Didn't get Winley to. All right.
you do have you got your monocle.
Oh, you are correct. Yeah. No. I'll like. Oh, this is going to look ridiculous. And pull the little goggle thing out because I need both hands and just like put it on.
Mhm.
And is it over my left eye or my right eye?
Right eye.
Excellent. So I like close my left eye and look into the tunnel with the dark vision goggle.
And it goes down a little bit of ways, but you're able to look down, and it from what you can see, it's not a tunnel, it's more of a hole or cavern. Larger, it's a hole that leads out into another space.
Okay. Is there like stairs or something leading down, or would I need to jump down into the hole?
You would need to jump down.
How far down is it?
From what you can see, it's about a good 10 feet down.
All right, I'm going to wait until Tim comes back, but just keep an eye and like watch down there. Opening my eye again because it hurts to keep it closed for a while. So I have one normal vision and one dark vision eye. This is not going to get confusing at all.
So Tim, you're able to check it, and it isn't open at all.
Does the door open in or out?
This one opens into where you are.
Can I get some heavy boxes and slide them against the door?
Easy enough, yeah.
Okay.
You're able
and
to
then I'll
slide them over. You pile different things on top.
just make it heavy so it would make some noise and take time.
And it would be harder. It would be harder for a gnome to do that than it is for a human.
Are we witnessing him do this? Like, is he running back and
No,
forth?
I
you
ran away
guys-
down.
You guys have now caught up with Isolt, who's like looking down this hole.
She can fly now, so
I'll turn around and look, and I have one goggle and one open eye, and just like,
Izzy, look it.
what happened?
I don't know. I cast a spell to heal Darjan, and then these popped out of my back.
The weave is weak here, or messed up. Nyx mentioned that. That's right. I remember now. Well, wings. They're beautiful.
Aren't they? Of course, this changes my wardrobe completely.
Well, only if they last for a while. I imagine that they'll go away once we leave the twisted magic of Nomengard or the chain fabric.
where's Tim? Is he in the hole?
And Tim is checking the door to make sure that anyone who came out of here didn't leave the door.
Someone came out of there?
That's our best guess at the moment. Winley, would you mind? It's a bit of a jump. Would you mind going down there and just having a look, possibly turning on some light?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I'll back you up, and I'll like pull out a javelin and toss it in my hand a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Winley casts light on her amulet again, and she kind of like still is getting the hang of flying, so she kind of slowly flutters down into
Mhm.
the cavern.
Flutters down. You're getting more used to it. It's not incredibly like but it's just like a kump. And you're down there, and you see it's a good. So it's 10 feet down, but then it opens out a bit more and goes down a little bit lower, and you see crates. Not or compared to upstairs, it's very neatly organized, all pressed up against the walls.
She yells up, "There's boxes down here."
All right.
Can you tell what's in them?
As he shifts Darjan to his other shoulder.
I could go look. Should I look?
Don't go too far on your own. We'll wait for Tim to come back, and then we'll all tackle this together.
Darjan, you are starting to you're slowly starting to rouse to the pressure that's being placed on your abdomen.
Oh, Darjan, are you with me?
Kind of take her off and then set her in a seated position down next to the hole.
Did we
Are
get
you
the
all-
jewels?
The what?
Did the jewels? That's at the hole, right? That's the hole, and there were things down there, and I was glowing, and they lifted me up, and I couldn't sing, and so they beat me up.
I'm just gonna look down at her, just watching for a moment, and then look in the direction of where Tim went. I'm just like, yeah, those two.
Yeah, and I'll share a look with Isolde too when she's blabbing about the spirits and the things, and I'm just like,
And I go crush back into myself because I'm disappointed I didn't get to do my big number.
And we'll wait for Tim to get back.
Sure. And Isolde will, or I'm sorry, Inqua will take a sugar cube and kind of put it in her mouth as she's just to like,
maybe her blood sugar is a little low. I'm gonna try it.
Nice.
Yeah, Tim, easy enough. You're able to get the stuff over there, and it takes you a good 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay.
But by that time, you rush over there, and they're all waiting at the hole for you.
Okay. She could have left already, but I stacked up some stuff against the door. Where's Fibbledov?
Close enough. Dabbledob is there with you. But she's like, oh wow, that's a new hole.
Yeah, we found stuff that looked like it was very recently put on top of it. Since I can't. Do you know how she could have gone down and then stacked stuff on top of it? Do gnomes have?
I mean, if she's got her garls on the legs, could easily jump down there.
No, I mean, if stuff was pushed on top of the slab, that would have had to have been done from up here, right?
Yes.
So
I
then
mean, the way it looks like.
then she's been waiting in here.
I mean,
And she's in here now, unless she already left out the front door.
possibly she could have left. I mean, me and Dabbledob and the Queens are the one with keys, but if she is as crafty as you say, she could have opened it and come through.
How stable do the boxes look? Do I think she could have used those peg legs to jump up on those safely, or would that have all come crashing down?
It's varying within the halls here. There is some that are very precariously stacked, some are tall. From what you guys have seen of it so far, you have not seen anybody hiding out.
Okay.
But is it? Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say in this time, Winley kind of floats up. What's taking so? Oh, hey Tim! Oh, Darjan, you're awake. Look, I have wings now. And she kind of like flies a little bit around.
They had an invention for that? Why'd they give her the balloons?
That's new and
Oh.
that's magical. I don't know about.
Oh, this, yes.
Oh well, you should do that.
God, now I gotta get my hair colored now.
The weave is a little messed up here. So she cast a spell, and this is the result, from what I understand.
And Winley kind of floats back. So should we open those boxes down there now?
Yes, apparently there are stacks of boxes down there. I would be willing to bet that this is where our little fugitive has been hiding stuff.
Okay, I'll get that rope. Oh, the rope is still tied to the balloons? Has that been dragged over? Because then we can just drop the rope down there and use the balloons as the thing that it's tied to.
Darjan, I think you need to, in your stupor, I think she should sing this beautiful song.
Oh, what I just saw Winley, and I thought of I've got these wings to float me up, to make me sing or help me up. I've got these wings so I have fun. I'm not tied down to anyone. I've got these wings, and you can see these wings are beautiful on me.
Everyone's kind of like,
Izzy, I have a ballad about me now.
You do. That
Winley's
is.
having like the best day of her life.
Oh, yes, the applause is overwhelming.
We'll have to remember that and have it entered into the order's records, because that is traditional.
So when when Winley let the balloon go up, it's now 15 feet up and hitting the ceiling right now.
Oh, I can go get it. Do we need that?
We need
If
the
the
rope.
rope is attached to it, or did the rope just drop down? Where's my rope?
Was it attached to, or you were just holding the
that
rope?
was attached to Winley.
Winley,
Yeah.
Winley was
Yeah.
holding the rope.
So you have the rope.
Okay. Then let's tie that to something stable. I look around.
There's a couple shells with stuff on there that you think could hold weight.
Could they hold an
hold-
Inqua?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I hold Inqua's weight?
Can they hold an Inqua?
They look sturdy enough.
Cool.
You know what? I'm gonna hold the rope as you go down just to be safe.
Me?
Yeah, I'll tie it, but also hold it. Are you gonna go down there? Or do you want to wait up here in case she starts attacking again?
I guess, hey, Winley, do you see how far it goes, or is it just a small room down there?
That's a good question.
It's about 10 feet down and then 20 by 20-ish wide.
So there's no other exits outside of that
No.
room.
That you could see.
I think I'm good up here. Like, here, how about this?
And then he'll tie the rope around himself, and he'll just be like,
All
It's
right.
already on the
"Oh,
it's already on the shelf. I already tied it.
Oh, sorry, Tim, I'm not paying attention. But I'll wait up here. You guys go down there. Go ahead.
All right, I'll use the rope to ease my way of getting down, so I don't have to do an acrobatics and break a leg.
Yeah, I will as well. I want to see some payoff for us getting blasted with gas.
And Winley has flown down there so she can light up the room.
Inqua will hang out with Darjan as she's singing her." To no one in particular.
Or stupid.
Mhm.
So you guys are down there, and Winley's light illuminates most of the room. But you see a good 20 boxes stacked along the walls of this small little chamber. Compared to the other walls, it's very rough hewn. It's not smooth like the rest of the walls you've seen in No Man's Guard.
There's no other passageways.
No other passageways that you can see.
Tim, do you still have that crowbar?
Yep. I
Also,
assume.
What
Okay.
exactly happened to Darjan?
Oh, if you saw along the edge, there was a canister of gas. Once we lifted
I'll
the
look
slab-
up. I'll look up to see if I can spot it.
And you see it. It's not it from looking up or looking down at it. It would have been hard to see, but looking down now, you can see it quite clearly.
Okay. So yeah, seeing that, I'm gonna look around with my dark vision eye and see if I can spot anything that looks like that or any other kind of trap.
Perception check, please.
I'll do the same.
Perception. 12.
Nice.
Nice.
Cool. Tim,
Two
you do
eyes
not
are better
see.
than one. Sorry.
You're very confident that you do not see any traps.
All right, let's check. I am very curious as to what she's hiding in these crates down here.
I know it could be useful.
Could be very useful. So I'll go over and like pick a crate at random and like haul it down and bring it to where we can pry it open.
All right, go ahead. You do that easily enough. Are you using the crowbar?
Tim still has the
that's
crowbar.
What it's
Okay.
for.
Cool. And with the crowbar, you're able to crack it open. It's not intended to be sealed. And you crack it open, and what you see is a bunch of hay on top.
All right, I'll start lifting it up.
Yeah, you pull away, and what you find is in this box a lot of swords, short swords of different. Just short swords. Very uniform issue.
I just look at that and without a word go and grab another crate and haul it down and just start like going through these crates and looking at, because my first thought is armory.
And as you open up more and more crates, you find axes, you find crossbows, you find arrows, you find all different assortments of different weapons. And you see on particularly the larger metal bits, an insignia.
What's the
And
insignia?
on it is what looks to you seems to be a legless dragon with its wings spread wide and its mouth open, looking to consume a small circle. And that's where we're going to take our break.
That was good. That was good.
Yes, thank you all for joining us so far through this Wizard Rex TV. Thank you for the raid. We'll be back soon, but I believe we'll be having a giveaway. Thomas, I don't know if you can hear me. Give me a yes, or put it in the Twitch chat if it's at the opportune moment. Yes, it is. Use that hashtag chaos, my friends.
Chaos.
Yes, it's infecting the world. And you will be able to win a Nord deck of your choice. Please enter only once or you will be disqualified. US and Canada, excluding Quebec.
They know what they did.
They'll
Hashtag
never
chaos.
learn.
Never learn. Quebecois. Anyway, yes, we will all be doing our respective bathroom breaks, as you will hopefully as well. You've been sitting with us for this past hour and a half, and grab a drink, grab a snack, and we will see you back very soon. Bye-bye. Funny joke, Nick.
Yeah.
Funny joke.
Oh, that kidder.
Oh, hey, welcome back. You guys missed Nick's joke here. Just if you subscribe to our Patreon, maybe we'll release these funny side videos for you. If enough people are interested, we have a Patreon. But you know what's more important, folks? Duke Fleeg has just won the deck of Nord Games cards. Congratulations, Duke Fleeg, on your win.
Congratulations, Your Grace.
Congratulations. Anyway, we're back, folks, and yeah, they found a secret stash of weapons with an insignia of a legless dragon trying to swallow a circle. Yes, you see this insignia, Assault, with Tim and Winley down there as you are rifling through this armory.
So
Have
I'm gonna call up. Does what's down here count as being in the treasury?
No, that is a that's new.
There's an awful lot of weapons down here.
Ooh, crossbows?
Yeah, there's about 100 short swords, about 100 spears, and about 99 crossbows.
Don't forget the hand axes, Tim.
Their hand axes. I didn't see any hand axes.
And I'll come to where I could look up and to see Dabbledob and be like, this is equipping an army.
And she looks down and is able to see with the light down there, and also dark vision, but she's able to see with the light down there, and she's like, whoa.
There's an insignia. You know what? I'm gonna take one of the crossbows up. It has the insignia to show.
You don't see it on any of the crossbows. It's on more of the metal.
Well, I assume it's on one, so I'll grab a short sword and a crossbow and bring that up.
Yeah, and I'll like boost him to help him get up easily.
That's my Tim.
What type of crossbow do you take, Tim? Because there are three types. There's the heavy, there's the regular, and there's the hand.
What kind of
Decisions.
Is the light a hand or is a light regular?
I believe that's regular.
There's a hand crossbow.
Regular is light, but like hand, heavy, or light.
I'll grab it. So heavy, that's like a full.
Yeah, that's like a two-handed weapon.
I'll grab a light and a hand. Do they use different bolts?
They used game-wise, they use the same bolts.
Okay. She can decide later.
But yeah, you take that stuff up.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I'll. What? Do you recognize this insignia?
Do I see the insignia, James?
Is this
Yes.
Okay.
Is this
I would say
Factora's mark? Is this how she signs her?
No, that's not Factores. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. Anyone who would like to make a history check may. Yeah.
Cool. Also, while we're all rolling,
I've got some.
are there any fancier longbows down there than the one I currently have?
No, they're all very standard issue, but there's just a lot.
If you don't have history, can you still roll for funsies?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Oh, thank you.
Perfect. Yeah, thought I knew, but nope.
Let's see. With that card, I get, is it this one? Re-roll a skill or attack roll for anybody.
Thank you, James.
Oh, look, another one.
Oh,
Stop it! No!
I knew I should have paid attention in school.
You deal minimum damage on this attack.
Cool.
Cool. Okay.
Cool. That's sure.
Yeah, since Issault, you rolled the highest. Darjan and Tim, you also do know what the insignia is. This is the insignia for one of the what is it? Gilder clans. I'm forgetting the name right now. Gilder clan. Zentarum.
The Zentarum? Oh
yeah.
No.
Yes. So Zentarum is in its initial inception. This is very basic knowledge. So Darjan and Tim know this. In its initial inception, it was It was a guild that began as following dark mages, and essentially the evil guild. Since then, and in more modern times, they have revamped their procedures as well as leadership that has taken them more on a more neutral path. They tend to provide mercenary work for anybody who is willing to give it, but they are also very resolute in their ways of thinking of how one is supposed to achieve power, and it's generally comes down to the strong rule over the weak, and if you want something, you take it by force.
Would finders keepers apply to them?
I wouldn't say it's a tenant of theirs, but it's like if like they found it, like yeah, I guess they would take it.
So they should be okay. There should be no ill
No
will.
problem, yeah.
They did a poor job hiding it.
What is
Do they relay the information to? Do you guys relay it, or is that just something you guys know?
We're
Oh, no,
probably having a
I
little
would
bit of a-
absolutely like look up at Dabbledub and be like, why is Zentarum weaponry here?
I don't know. I've never actually seen this thing before. Like
Sorry.
even
Sorry. That's I'm not snapping at you. I'm surprised and worried.
And then when they are relaying the information and hearing the word mercenary, Inqua actually gets his eyes start to get a little deeper blue, and he just starts to seethe a little bit more.
Well, and
It's more to himself. I don't know if anyone would notice, but it's just when he realizes that.
We've been sitting there kind of looking at each other, so I might notice that a little bit.
Of it, I would say Darjan's the only one who does notice.
Okay.
And if I remember correctly, the Zentarum are slavers and mercenaries and murderers. Like their reputation is cleaned up a bit, but they're still
their
evil.
reputation is cleaned up, and like that outward presentation is very much that's like the layman people would be like, oh, Zentarum, they're the ones who provide mercenaries. With your role, Isolde, you do know that they also tend to be a bit more they can be a bit under the table at times.
So I'm holding 2 crossbows out to Darjan. A, B.
I think the hand crossbow would be really good for me. I can whip that out and still do my thing. That's the one that's the kind that I'd used at the fair, right?
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
So I know
She
I'm
knows
good at
what's
that.
All right, you have it.
Yes,
And-
you have the small crossbow, but you do not have any bolts at the moment.
We'll find them.
I mean,
There's more crates, right?
There's crates.
There's
They have
bolts down
bolts.
here somewhere, I'm sure. But I'm
Yes.
still looking at Dabbledub and saying, if you didn't know about this, that means the queens didn't either, did they?
I would assume not.
So the question for me, and I'm thinking out loud, was she providing weaponry to them, or are they providing it to her for some reason?
Wait, are you saying the queens?
No, not the queens. Factoire.
No, Factora
Oh.
takes out the queens and then someone else comes in with force.
No, of course not the queens. I wouldn't think that of them for a second.
Okay. I don't know anything about these Zentarum.
Zentarum. They've done a good job of they've done a good PR job lately.
We have to go back to the queens and let them know. We have to. They have to know that these people are involved.
So if that's been who has access to that lock? How good is that lock?
Ooh.
I mean, it's not necessarily we have bad people inside. It's the access is to me, Fibble, Sib, and the queens.
How complex is the key? Could someone who knew what they were doing make a good copy of it?
I mean, if they're intelligent enough, yes. Or even just picking the lock. It's not the most complex. As you can see, we don't really have doors here.
Right.
Part of me appreciates that, but
I imagine it would not have been difficult for Factory to have gotten her hands on the key at some point from either you or Fibblestub and make a copy of it. She's a smart girl.
has anyone here ever invented like more advanced lockpicks, or just have regular lockpicks somewhere around this treasury?
In here? I mean, not.
If they were coming in and out, I'm gonna start looking around, because maybe if they were picking the locks, they would have kept it near here.
Good call, Kim. Good call.
Oh, okay. So you're looking for special lockpicks or just lockpicks in general?
Just lockpicks.
Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Do I even? It's just gonna be a flat 20.
4. You spend a good 5 minutes, and this place is vast compared to the other rooms, but it's still pretty vast.
Yeah, but they would keep it nearby, so I wouldn't go very far. But I'm not seeing any.
No, you don't find any.
That's a shame.
While he's looking around, I'm going to sling my shield back on my back and climb up the rope.
Mm-hmm.
So I take it. God, I get them so confused. Dabbledog?
Fibblestib.
Fibblestib?
Dabbledob's here.
Dabbledob is with us.
Yes.
Fibblestib and Dabbledob.
So Dabbledov.
Yes.
Dabbledov. Didn't respond when I was asking about lockpicks.
Yeah, she was like, yeah, I mean, there may be somebody who made like an instant lock jammer or thing, but it's probably in a pile somewhere.
A mechanical version of the knock spell, maybe.
How aware is Darjan right now?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask about. I know you said I had 4 psychic damage. Did Winley's help me with that?
Yeah,
or-
you're a bit more lucid. You're still on the groggier side, but you're there.
I
can't
have
help me
my
look.
crossbow, so I'm like happy.
I wish you were at 100.
What do you need, Tim?
I think if they have been picking the lock, they might have kept the lockpick somewhere nearby.
Oh,
Lockpicks are not cheap.
yeah.
When I hear that, can I go to the actual physical lock on the door and investigate or check or do whatever to see if it has been tampered with?
In that case, since you're looking for just like scratches and
Yeah,
marks,
some type of signs. Like if I'm hearing Tim.
signs, make me a perception check then.
Perception. Okay.
12. You don't see anything of any note. Yeah.
Whoever did it was good.
They knew. Yeah, they had a key, or they knew what they were doing.
I have a suggestion. This just got a lot bigger. If there's a Zentarum armory under here, it's not just Nomengard. There's something going on here. So maybe she won't figure out that we have found this. If we close it back up and cover it up and stay in, it's too late to leave tonight. We're going to have to stay here somewhere anyway.
How did it look like the gas trap was set, and do I think that I could put that back?
What you saw, or are you looking at it now?
Yeah.
It's very similar to a just a tripwire with a pin pull. Yeah, you do see now hanging on the slab, basically the string as well as the pin kind of dangling there.
Is there another charge in there, do you think, Tim?
No, I think it's empty. But I don't. Can I tell that it's empty from, like, is it like a solid container? Or is
it's a crude-ish container, but like, do you pull it from its
No,
yeah.
I just want to see if at a glance I can tell if I'd be able to tell if it was empty or full. I'm curious if someone would notice if it was tripped if I put it back.
It's different in the sense that like whatever was the pin was holding has now like been triggered.
Yeah. But I could put it back.
If you're going to attempt to, make me a...
Dice roll.
We'll make it a sleight of hand. How well you can put it back together.
Ooh.
Well,
Ink will be watching Tim
nothing ventured, nothing gained.
with excitement.
Ooh.
Tim, do you mind if I try that? Is that okay?
Can't do worse than what I did.
Incorrect.
Let's not say things that
Knock on wood. Knock
we
on wood.
can't take back, but well, it turns out, Tim.
Oh no.
So, Tim, you try and fiddle it, and you try and put the pin back, and you just can't, like, from the angle, you can't figure out a way to, like, put it in. Ink, while you, like, oh, I can get in there, you try and get under, and you trying to hold the lever down and try to put the pin in.
No, here, if you push it, like...
I got it. Yeah.
And as you push it this time, you see the pin just go...
I won't even say anything. I'll just take it, set it down, and just go...
Oh no.
Okay.
I'm gonna go grab a shield.
Yeah. And then quickly changing the subject. So, were you going to suggest perhaps a rest down here to see if maybe we can recoup and see if whoever does come back down here, we can.
I need a rest in a bed.
Well, we're in Nomengard. There's no bed that's going to be large enough for any of us. So that being the case, I don't like being underground. I don't like being in the pit underground. However, I want to keep an eye on these.
Sure.
This just got big.
Are we going to take everything out, or are we going to put it back? That's my question. It's like, we got to tell the queens. We got to show them that
We need equipment to arm Phandalin.
Phandalin, yeah.
Phandalin, we could use this.
We could always use the sending stone. Oh my gosh, Fibblestib. Up and down, Fibblestib, tra-la-la. Let Fibblestib know what we found, and then send her, gesturing to go.
Dabbledob.
Thank you, Dabbledob. To go relay what we found. Let her know that we'll be staying. The queens know we'll be staying down here for the evening, day, whatever time it is.
I mean, when we were outside, it was evening. So, and it hasn't been that long since we were
Need
outside.
to find some pallets or something to crash on.
Well, I have my bedroll.
There's lots of hay.
As do I.
I've slept in worse places.
This whole time, Winley's actually just been zooming around the treasury.
It's
She's trying
adorable.
to practice her flying. And she kind of finally comes back. So what's the plan, guys?
The plan is to stay here tonight, I think, unless we have objections. And I'll look specifically at Tim and Darjan.
Wait, we need to find a potty bucket.
Fair.
There's enough stuff here. We'll find it.
We'll find something.
Could do a hole.
I mean, this is rough-hewn stone. I imagine if we've spent some time about it. But yes, I think... Dabbledob, would you be willing to go back and tell the queens about this, or would you like one of us to go with you?
I can tell the queens, yeah.
And I'll pull one of the short swords that has the insignia on it and pass it to her hilt first.
Mm-hmm. She holds it. The way you see her grab it, it's almost very familiar in her hand. She grabs it, like, yeah, I'll take this. And then she kind of like does a faux, like, I don't know what I'm doing, holding.
I just look at like,
Mm-hmm.
and tell them that insignia is of the Zentarum.
I'd hide that if I were you, and I'd hide it.
I mean, for a short sword, it's almost, like.
I know, but she's got robes or something, right?
Their bed chamber is literally around the corner. I don't think that. Yeah,
I'll just go. And she leaves and runs.
Okay, wait. Can we have the stone, please?
I have it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she had it for some reason.
No, I have one half, and Fibblestib has the other.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
And she runs, and she comes back a minute later. It's like, there's
Tim.
boxes.
Okay, yeah. I didn't want if Factora was in here, it would have been difficult. I didn't know. Okay, and I go over and I start unloading all the stuff.
Yeah, and it takes you about the same time to get it out. 3 minutes, 5 minutes later, she's able to leave, and you're able to go back to your group.
And I mean, I think that once she's out, we should actually like rebarricade. Well,
I
don't
don't
know if we want to rebarricade because we want to catch Factory.
More importantly, did I hear her lock it after us?
She leaves. No, she does not lock the door. She leaves.
All right. So then I don't know what the best way to possibly draw Factory in is. Do we close the hatch again and pile everything back on top of it the way that you found it, or do we stay down below?
Well, I'd like to stay down below just because I think it's particularly defensible.
And I think, if she comes in and she sees that, she may come over and investigate, and then you got her.
That's a good point.
Maybe some of us should be up top and some.
Oh, I'm not going down there.
Well, I'm not staying up there.
Okay, I can stay up here with Argent, and we can put the items back on if we want it to look like it's the same.
Well, if it's, I think Darjan had a good point. If it's open, she'll come over and investigate to find out what in the hell's going on with her little armory.
Right,
or she may turn and run.
Well, at least it will see her.
And there'll be people up top to see that.
That's valid. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna find a pallet and to put stuff on.
So yeah, it sounds like we're gonna set up a little camp in there, and I'll use the sending stone to call to Fibblestib and tell him we found an armory. Check in with your wife. There's an issue.
And you receive the same message, or you receive the message coming back. It's like, yes, she grabbed me, and we're currently talking with the Queen. So, yes, good work.
Good work, question
It was
mark.
the most concise that he has ever been.
Yeah.
That's disturbing. That's
Yeah,
very
it is
disturbing.
kind of
Yeah,
creepy,
that's how disturbed we all are. Is that even he is just like, this is an issue. Focus thoughts.
All right, so who's staying below and who's staying above?
Above.
Like to
Above.
be below.
It sounds like Tim and I are going to be below, and the other three are up top.
Yeah.
Winley can zip up and
Winley,
down.
exactly. Winley is like so excited. She's kind of not tired, and she keeps flying in and out.
And Winley, just roll me a d20 real quick.
Oh, ooh. Mysterious D20.
There's no way this can go wrong.
You're a good 10 feet off the ground as you're zipping through these little canyons that the storage has made, and almost like Cinderella right at midnight, you just the wings disappear.
Dex.
Oh gosh. And I landed on some swords.
You go headlong into a pile. 12 damage.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Well,
god.
at least you haven't taken a long rest yet.
Yeah, that's true.
How fast were you going?
We just hear it. None of us see it. We all just hear this crash.
Clang, 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 clang. And like you see a plate just like slowly like.
Winley.
Winley?
Inkle, can you? Inkle, let's go get her. I can barely move. I can barely move myself, and I'm like,
I'll go look for her,
I'll
but
haul
yeah.
myself up the rope when I
What?
hear that noise, and just like, where?
Where is she?
You
Winley?
see Winley legs up in a pile of junk.
Oh, Winley.
I'll pull her out.
The wings, they disappeared.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey. You know what? Let's get you back to the.
And just kind of carry her back towards the main area where we all are.
Yeah.
Do you want to sleep up here with me and Darjan, or head down with the Sultan?
Up here.
Okay.
Right, we'll get
We'll
her some
set her up.
pillows.
Try and get her set
Yeah,
up next to Darjan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
here,
and-
I got a pallet with pillows and stuff like that, because that's how I
Yeah.
travel.
Yeah. Well, and I would recommend that the people who are up top be a little more hidden.
Yes.
Right. Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I'm not in the middle of the floor.
Just making sure. I wanted to make sure to the DM that he knows that we're trying to be a little bit intelligent about
Yes.
Yes. No, I do not have all my floodlights on all night.
Right. We'll be stealthy, sleeping stealthily, hopefully.
Sleeping stealthily. So
It would have killed you by now if you slept with floodlights.
Yes. Yes.
Factore, we are here. So for the people sleeping up top, either 2 people make me stealth rolls or 1 person with advantage to see how well you can set up your camp to be.
Right.
I do have
Oh.
+4 stealth, so if anyone
Oh,
wants me to roll.
Inqua.
But I've
Yeah.
been rolling kind of crappy.
But then you get advantage, so you can roll twice.
You want to
so-
do? Okay, I'll do it twice.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
So.
Oh dear. Oh,
Oh.
grumble.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, grumble.
Yeah.
Maybe
So you find a portion of the junk room where you're like, oh, I could make a kind of sort of alcove out of this, but it's still on like a sloped area. You feel hidden-ish, kind of sticking out. It's kind of hard to hide 3 people in the singular area, but
True. Oh, maybe we
Plus,
should have
plus
spread
Winley
out.
keeps going, ow.
Mm.
Baby girl.
Yeah. She
like
has,
there's
like,
scratches again on the
she has her
dress.
little serums and she's like trying to dab so she doesn't bruise too much.
Cute.
She's dabbing.
12 damage.
You know, for the kids.
Yes.
I think the kids are past dabbing now. It's officially dead now that the older millennials have gotten it.
Yeah, let me
Oh.
floss. I'm pretty sure that's dead too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been able to figure out the floss. I'm not coordinated enough for that.
Don't do it in front of kids. They will challenge you that they can do it faster, and they can.
Of course,
You'll
they
throw out your
finished
hip, and you're like,
Especially littler kids. Oh my goodness.
It's adorable
Balls
watching them do it, though. I'm just like, how? Okay.
So Nick can floss. I'm sure he's an undercover flosser. I see it. Yeah.
That's it. Undercover flosser.
an
That's going to be
undercover
my
floss.
byline.
We
I
should
floss
probably
my
figure,
teeth every day.
we should probably figure out watches.
Yes.
Mhm.
I'm sleeping first. I'm
I was
sorry.
gonna, well, and I was going to say Darjan is going to need her full 4 hours of sleep before she can do anything.
I mean, I'd like my spell slots, but Winley probably needs to get some sleep because of her.
I'll take first watch.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm at relatively good hit points.
And that in that case, then I'll actually climb down to sleep. I feel like sleeping down will be more
Yeah, and it's way easier to hide behind all of these crates.
right than
True.
sleeping up top.
So yeah, I'll come up top to take watch and like tuck myself into a little corner, into one of the many little areas where things are hiding me.
Okay. In that case, make me a stealth check since you're hiding by yourself.
Yeah, don't hide with us.
I
We're
have-
hiding.
I have disadvantage on this. You don't want me rolling with you guys.
Better than I did.
There it is.
Oh
yeah.
no.
Gosh, we can...
I have chainmail. I am not stealthy.
You take it off.
That's a good point because I wouldn't sleep in it. Well,
Yeah, are you?
well, what if I
Like,
have it
you're finding
off?
You're
No, no,
finding
no.
a place and you're not moving. You're not walking. You're like chink, chink, chink. If you try and move, obviously you're there. You're finding a spot.
So I think your first roll should count. I think your first
Yeah.
roll should count.
I'm not the DM.
I mean, unless
I'm
it's up to James, of course, but
It's for this one, it's more of also like having to maintain it for however long she's going
Ah.
to be there.
right, and if I take off the chainmail, it takes a while to get it back on, and I like that AC.
gotcha.
I like shouting for other people to wake up and then taking cover. But
I have a 19 AC with my shield, man. I like that AC.
I have a 19 AC with my shield as well. But like, I also, if I'm gonna not get attacked to begin with, that's even better.
You're
You guys go to sleep.
Sleep.
you're a tanky coward. It's adorable.
Equals wrapping himself in his hood.
Ugh.
Yeah.
He thought it was going to be quieter downstairs.
Yeah.
Huh?
Because it's echoey from Tim yelling up at Isolde. It's
The
like,
acoustic.
I've got a higher AC. No, I've got a higher. Like, what
Why
is
is your
going on?
Taking a lot of. I can hear you from down here.
James, darling, did you get your card?
Yes, I did. It was a disadvantage on skill or attack roll.
I
Gosh.
don't need that on this.
Roll a disadvantage.
Already did.
So,
Yeah, I'm keeping watch noisily, apparently.
like you're trying to find a stealthy spot in this place, and you're like, oh, that's a good looking spot. It's up higher, you can see things, and you like try and nestle yourself in there. But every time you sit down and move, something's just always poking you, and it's just like, and at that time, like your chainmail rustles, the things around you kind of shifts a plate at one point, just like ding ding ding.
and it's 2 hours of this bullshit.
2 hours of just trying to find a spot, and you're like looking around and just like
I'm out. I don't care.
Do you need me to make a perception check to keep watch?
you may.
Thank you.
What type of arrest?
Oh, now I roll well.
Yeah, so funny.
Now I fucking roll well.
Wow.
Fucking laser eyes over here.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying, Matt?
Oh no, I was just wondering what kind of a rest this was going to be for everyone because
you
of
guys
all the
ready for
noise.
a long rest or a short rest?
A long rest.
Long rest.
A long one, I would hope.
Yeah, as long as we aren't exerting ourselves. So if we get attacked in the middle, yeah, it's a short rest. There's no way around that. But as long as that doesn't happen, it'll be a long rest.
Cool. Well, and even if we get attacked, I mean, we won't have the benefit of the long rest going into the attack, but you know, we can go back to sleep as long as we're not exerting ourselves for more than like an hour. I think it is.
So, you guys, or you all find sleep eventually. Isolde, you're trying to find your spot. Despite that, like all the annoyances, you're able to keep a good eye out, and you don't see the door opening. You don't see anybody walking through.
I'm used to annoyances. I travel with Winley. Love you.
And your watch ends without incident. Who's going next? It goes, or for each watch, depending on how you guys want to do it, it could be 2 hours or however long.
I imagine 2 hours is the easiest way to do it.
Okay, so that's the first 2 hours. Who would like to take the second?
I'll go next.
All right, so
I figure other people are still recovering.
Yeah, I'll climb out of my little spot and like pulling something out of my rib cage as I jump down.
Find something underneath the mail. Just like,
oh, that's what it. Ow. Okay. And climb down the rope and poke Tim a couple of times. Your watch.
All right, and I am not sleeping in my chainmail, and I'm not taking my watch in my chainmail. That's uncomfortable.
Okay. That's fair. And I'll doff my chainmail and go to sleep.
Cool. Tim, are you also trying to find a stealthy position?
Yep.
All right, roll me 2, stealth and perception.
And perception is...
You find yourself in a decent spot to like look around. You find a good high point to look. And with that 6, you do see shiny bits here and there. You see some gadgets, and your mind kind of wanders a bit where you're like, huh, wonder what that does.
Shiny.
Huh.
Shiny.
I feel like if I did this, no, that'd be weird. But again, the door opens with no incident. Nothing walks around. Your watch ends. Darjan, since you are an elf, your 4 hours of rest are already done. But who would you like to take the next watch? Tim.
Did anyone, I'm assuming before, did we agree on some sort of order? Would I know someone to wake up?
I feel like probably we would have decided Darjan and Winley would probably need the most because of their...
Yeah.
I mean, but if Darjan is up, I would take the next watch unless Darjan wants it because she's aware now.
I can take the next watch.
Sure, I'll go after Darjan then.
Cool.
All right.
You wake up Darjan,
Yeah.
who's with the elf fully refreshed.
I think I found a nice spot up over on that ledge over there, but the visibility's not so great.
No, I'll find some place. I'll find a place.
Okay.
Roll me 2.
All right. It
Stealth
is-
and perception.
Right. I'll do stealth first. Another second. Oh, this
So
way.
nervous. He's diced tonight.
Right.
We're due a 20.
I know.
That's
Yeah.
true. We've rolled like 3 ones and no 20s.
That's nice. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, stealth.
4 ones.
And then perceptions come in just a second.
Just hit the up key.
Yeah.
Nope, it's not exactly the same.
Well,
Yeah,
you-
but it's just changing the 2.
So we're all taking a long rest, though, technically, right? We can
Yeah.
do it on the. Okay. Just making sure. Thank you.
So stealth and then perception.
So you find a good spot, and you took Tim's advice, and you look at there, but you also see a little nook slightly further up, and then you're able to find your way up there. And as you're looking around, you do notice the door. It just, and since you have night vision, you see a small figure walking in, and it is Fibblestib. And he walks in and is like, "Hello."
And I go, psst.
Hi there. Oh, how's it going?
We're sleeping and keeping watch. What are you doing?
I couldn't sleep. I was wondering if you guys wanted some cookies.
For the morning, that would be awesome. Just leave them there, and then we'll get them in the morning. Thank you.
Yeah. I'll just put it here. And he puts it on top of a crate. I mean, it's still dark, so with dark vision, you kind of see shades of gray, but it's on a lighter gray scale. When you see it in there, there's a tray of them. He's like, "Okay, have a good night, everybody." Then he slowly, he walks and he trips over a plate.
And just-
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's
Should I roll perception to see if I wake up? Scream that we're under attack?
Oh.
I mean, I'll do it.
You're underneath. Ink, while you're up top, right?
No, he's down
no,
below.
I'm down below. It's just
You're down
Winley, I
below.
think, up
Tim
there.
went down below. Isol's down below.
Winley, but Winley can sleep through anything. Winley's probably
Oh.
snoring actually.
Yeah,
That's right.
Winley and Darjan are the only ones who are up top right now. Yeah,
Okay.
Winley's snoring up a bunch. Yeah. I'm
So
gonna have to try to figure out how to make her stop.
the snore is able to cover up the sound from below.
Cute.
Also probably like the 2-foot stone slab. But you Fibblestib leaves, and the rest of your watch goes without incident.
So then I get Inqua next.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do about the cookies?
The real questions.
It's true. This is true.
After the morning.
Do you tell me about it?
Yes.
Okay.
Save some
Okay.
for us. Save
Oh,
some for us.
Okay. As he scrambles up to get to.
Factora sneaks
try-
around the corner and just sees Inqua just backs away.
Is there such a thing as a cookie dine? No, never mind.
Did you try? Oh, did you try one, Darjan?
Not yet. I was
What?
gonna try. I was gonna try one in the morning, but you please go for it.
Okay. So he'll go up, but I feel like for most of his watch, he's just going to be staring at the cookies.
Are you about to make perception a disadvantage?
Yes. No. You should.
Yes, you will if you're gonna do that. Roll
No.
No, it
Uh,
increases
stealth
the odds
and
of a
then
1.
perception
I
at
do it
disadvantage.
anyways.
Okay, I'll do. Okay, so my stealth. Here's stealth.
Stealth.
Great.
Oh,
And I'll
Nick,
do
you cursed it.
disadvantage there. 9 for
Oh no.
Wow.
You did, Nick.
Wow.
Boy.
I had no control over that one.
Yes,
that
you
one was
did.
always
You
going to be a
infected
1.
roll 20 with your terrible roll luck.
Minus 1d8 on a saving throw.
Oh my god.
Dang.
We
We
are.
could have a squirrel attack us right now and just go through these cards and take us out.
Oh yeah, the squirrel would just kill you all. He
Start
killed its
singing.
brethren.
Take me out. Yeah. Okay.
Come for vengeance.
You, Inkwell, as you're going, you're just walking around, and then you see the cookies there,
Mhm.
and you just stop, and you're just very entranced by these cookies.
And I'll just be thinking, she said not to eat. She said I could have one, but I really want to be polite and not eat any. And I'll save them for the morning, so I probably won't. I wonder if they're made of those mushrooms that were there earlier. I don't know.
And so
And you rattle on and on about like the composition of this cookie through your watch, and with your perception, you really don't notice anything. And as you do, you feel something on your back, and it's just a bit of an itch. But the rest of your evening goes without incident.
You're lucky I don't know where you live, James.
Nobody knows where I live.
I would bet Thomas knows.
Oh yeah, Thomas knows where I live. He had to ship some stuff.
So if Winley's near me, still staring at the cookies when it's time, just kind of to like nudge her to wake her up.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Hi, Winley, it's your turn to watch. There's cookies, but you can't have any until the morning because we're all going to share them, okay?
Oh, I'm not going to eat cookies.
You're not going to eat cookies?
I'm watching my figure, Inqua.
You look... Okay. And I'll just start climb back down into the hole.
Climbs back down in the hole. Winley, last check of the evening. Go ahead, make me a stealth and a perception roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's myself.
Yes.
Okay. Ooh. Yay. Ooh.
Hey, okay.
Okay.
Winley is well rested.
Well rested. Your eyes don't have like they're full. They are not like they.
Yeah, those serums.
no
I'm
weights.
telling you, they work.
Mm-hmm. And as you pass by one of the reflection where you saw the mirror with your wings, you look at the bruises and they look pretty all right.
Yeah.
And as you find you find this similar spot to Darjan where it's just like up and above, and you're looking, eyes open. You see the cookies, but your eyes keep scanning.
Mm-hmm.
And by around the end of your watch, the door opens up again. This time, a small figure walks in, and another small figure walks in. And as they start to approach, hello? Anybody? It's Fibblestib. Hello? I don't know if they're here. Did they leave already? And then the other figure is just like, I don't know. I don't see them anywhere. Maybe they left. They didn't eat any of the cookies. Oh, they said they didn't eat any of the cookies.
And does Winley hear them as Fibblestib and Dabbledob?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, we're still here, but they're all sleeping.
Oh, okay. You guys didn't eat the cookies.
I think they're saving them for breakfast.
Oh, well, we've got breakfast ready if you guys want to wake up.
Oh,
So
okay.
that way, do you guys want to? Or you just? How'd you get up there?
A girl never tells. And then she kind of scurries down because she knows it's towards the end of her watch.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go wake the others.
Oh, yes. Winley goes and wakes up the others.
Have we gotten a long rest?
Yes, you have.
Thank the gods.
That was, I
It's a
think,
long
3
day.
or 4 sessions without a long rest.
Yeah.
Hit that button.
Oh my god. I have spell slots again.
I know. That's what I was. Yeah.
Ew.
Get those.
I'm roughly
accent
the same as I
surges.
was before.
Get that health back.
Yeah.
Health and divine sense and the word.
Everything's back.
Yeah,
And
I was
so
down to 4 hit points.
Oh my god, really?
Yes.
Especially with crashing.
Yes.
I rolled 2d6. I rolled 2d6s.
Wow.
One of the times you don't want to roll max damage.
I'm just like, oh shit.
Did.
But yeah, you all wake up and there's Fibble, Sib, and Dabbledob, and they're now speaking at appropriate voice. Hello everybody. Good to see you all. Yes, we made breakfast.
Ooh.
You guys are ready? You guys didn't eat any of the cookies.
Oh, I
Cookies?
It's
yes.
cookies.
I'll take a
yes,
cookie.
yes.
Brings them over, and they're in that similar green tone as the bread, but this one also has a bit of a red stripes in there.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's so will promptly scoop up 3 of them and then start eating.
They're sweet, a little bit earthy, and you hit like on the back end, just like a delightful bitter taste.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Nice.
Delightful and bitter are not things I thought I would hear in immediate conjunction, but sure.
Like coffee? Like a
Yeah.
coffee
Yeah, almost
bitter?
like that. The sweet and the bitter like mixed
Yes,
together like
I
a
love
cup.
that.
Okay.
I
Mm.
love sweet and bitter.
So yes, I'm assuming Watch went out without incident.
As far as I know, she didn't show up.
Well, that,
What did the queen say when you talked to them?
yes, if their knowledge went, they have not heard of this Centaurum either, but they do remember seeing similar iconography way back when those times, and they weren't on our side, but yes, if they're as bad as you say, it's Factoria has found herself an interesting company.
That's a good way to put it.
I don't know if we should all go somewhere for lunch. I mean, breakfast. Are we going to bring breakfast here?
Oh, and I guess I should mention we did talk with Ula and Pog. They did see Factoria running up one of the walls. Said she was testing out a new version of the Garl, but that was the last they saw of her. She had not seen her return.
So it sounds like she's fled.
Yes.
All right.
Inquit automatically kind of equates Bessie. I wonder if she's okay. Do you know if is Bessie okay?
Oh, your cow?
Mm-hmm.
She's a horse.
Oh. Yes. We haven't looked at her necessarily, but maybe.
Okay.
See.
Which
That'll just be constantly on his mind. He's not going to run out because of where they are, but he'll definitely be okay.
Did the queens give any indication what they want done with, and like jerk a thumb back down at the whole?
Yeah, can we keep any of it?
we don't. They don't know what to really do with it. I mean, if you're able to take some of it with you, sure, you can have some. But yeah, I mean, what we have, not to say, trying to be humble and all, but kind of better. It's all pretty standard issue from what my wife told me.
Well, it's standard issue, but if we can get it into the hands of the citizens of Phandalin, that may help. Should the dragon come back before they're able to hire mercenaries,
Oh yes.
Particularly the crossbows.
especially the crossbow.
Especially a heavy crossbow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys want to take some of the crates out of there, you can.
Sweet.
So I think mostly it would be shields, spears, crossbows would be the best to equip them with.
Mhm.
Javelins too, I think, if there's any of those.
So what you do find, you don't find any spear, you don't find any long weapons. You do find short swords, you find axes, you found the 3 different types of crossbows, hand, light, and heavy, and standard issue bows and bolts and arrows.
Okay. Then I think that we would take. I think Tim is right. Crossbows and shields are going to be our best options here, so that, I mean, even people who don't necessarily know how to fire can point and click.
And then other people can cover them if the dragon comes by with the shields.
Mm-hmm.
So what you are able to gather from the crates of the crossbows and shields, you are able to find. Let me just put that. You're able to find 12 hand crossbows, 10 light, 10 heavy. You're able to find a good 500 bolts.
Ooh, I need some of those.
As well as about 200 arrows. And you find shields worth of 8 shields.
8 shields? Okay. Yeah, and I'll look over at Inqua and say, is this something that Bessie will be able to pull in the...
Absolutely, if she's still there.
I'm sure she is.
Okay.
Oh, well, you should go check on her to be sure.
All right.
Should we bring this out as well? Or
I think so. I think that we have reached the point where we get food and we load up and we head out because it's relatively early morning. We need to head back to Phandalin. I don't know what's going on with the dragon.
Okay. So you guys, it'll take you some time to get it all out there. As you are able to take some of the lighter stuff out, through the 5 of you working together, you do find. I didn't see the healing that tabletop.
This is asking them. I wasn't there, and I'm just trying to. Because remember, he got shot in the shoulder, and then he did something to heal it almost instantly. I wasn't there for that, so I can't be like, hey, we should check if they have that and buy some of those.
Oh,
wasn't it like a thing though? I thought it was like a.
Oh, the salve when he got shanked with the.
Oh.
Yeah, any healing like that would definitely be good if we could buy it for the
gold that we have. Yeah.
But yeah, you guys are able to get stuff out of there, and you do see the little what's it called? Lean-to.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little hut that Nyx had created with some technology, and you see Bessie there.
Oh.
Kind of munching on some of the grass next to the growing next to the wall.
Yeah, Ink will run up, give her a little hug and a pat on the thing, give her a sugar cube, and be like, "Oh, hey, Bessie girl, hello." A little bit.
Sugar cubes are healing.
Yeah, they should. Yeah. So many.
Goes back to eating some grass.
All right, you ready to work, girl? And then start loading up.
Yeah.
Loading up.
You say work, and the eyes just go.
At least I'm not asking her to sit.
And as you bring stuff out, you're able to load it up on the cart. And Bessie is there, and Bessie's just like,
"You got this, Bessie. Come on."
Do we see Nyx or anyone else that we know as we're loading up and going back and forth?
Make me a perception check.
Okay. 13.
Yeah, and as you guys have walked out, it's now. You guys woke up relatively early. The sun is slowly starting to rise. It's starting to hit those pink and blue tones, hitting more into that blue area of day. And you see way up on the ledge, red hair, short, just kind of staring down, arms crossed, legs kind of dangling about next to the waterfall.
I'll wave up at her.
She does not wave. From the way it doesn't look like she's looking at you.
Okay. I'm actually going to split off a bit and go over and sit next to her.
Mm-hmm. Who else? Or is Darjan you joining as well?
No, I was going to ask if I could say goodbye to the breakfast to the crew in the kitchen.
Oh yeah.
So later, but I just wanted to make sure.
Okay.
And while you're doing that, I do want to aside to Winley and just be like, do you think that we should mention Mimi? Or do you think we should just let Mimi stay here?
I'm not going to say anything as she's like braiding Bessie's hair.
And that's good enough for Inkwin. He'll be like, got it. Mm-hmm. Just start loading up again.
Should I make a perception check on that?
You may.
I imagine you'd be thinking about,
Almost forgot.
You yeah, if you guys want to make a stealth troll to see how well you can hide it.
Hide what?
Either both of you roll or one of you at advantage.
Me and Winley?
Yeah, to hide the conversation you were having.
God, I've been rolling like crap. I'll do it, but
do it at advantage. There you go.
Oh.
Pretty quiet, but Tim, you're able to like catch the highlight words where it's like
Mimi.
Yeah.
Yeah, you catch the highlight words. But so you see where Nyx is, and because you took that path to go find the secret tunnel, you're able to make your way up and find your way up to the waterfall area, and you see a nice pool that eventually like leads down into the waterfall.
Okay.
And sitting next to the mist blowing off of the side, you see Nyx, the back of her, red hair, goggles, and just crossed arms looking out.
I'm going to just quietly sit down next to her.
Yeah, she doesn't do much to acknowledge your presence. She just continued to look out.
You want to talk about it?
You know, the one thing it's really dumb. The last time I saw my brother, he and I were competing to see who could actually go to Phandalin. Whoever makes the best invention would be going that year, and he'd gone with Erky for the past 2, and I wanted to go, and I never got to go. Now that's the last time I saw him. Do you have any brothers and sisters?
Yeah. I have a little brother, little sister. I'm the oldest.
Do you know if they're okay?
Last time I checked in on them, but it's been a while.
I see you all packing up. You heading out?
Yeah.
Can I ask you something?
Of course.
Can I join you, at least up as far as Phandalin? Just kind of want to go.
Sure. You can come with us. I think the open road it'll be good.
Okay. Looks like you all almost done setting up, so I guess I should pack a bit.
Yeah. Grab your stuff. I won't let them leave without you.
Okay. She pushes herself up, takes a look around, looks at the waterfall, and then begins to head back down.
And I'll keep pace with her and split off as she goes to her room, and I'm going back down.
Mm-hmm. At that time, Darjan, some time in between loading up, you head into the kitchen area, and you see a gnome that you haven't seen before. It's like, oh, hi there. How can I help you?
Is up and down here?
Up and down. Up and down. And then you hear like some steps coming up from the pantry. It's like, oh yeah, what's up? Oh, hey, Darjan. Thank you, Trollala. How's it going?
It's speaking of going, we're on our way out, and I just wanted to make sure I said goodbye to you and the crew, and sing you one short little song before I go.
Oh shit! Wait! Don't sing it yet. 1 second. Runs out. 30 seconds later, he brings in like a crowd of about 10 other gnomes who are just like, oh yeah, are you ready for another song, everybody? Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. And they all just like find their way around the kitchen, some like plopping on the counter, some sitting down, some doing like the Asian squat, just waiting and ready.
So then I start singing, don't you forget about me.
Never!
As I go walking home, you know it. Don't you forget about me. As I go bye-bye, as I walk away. Thank you so much, everybody, for everything.
And then there's a bunch of claps.
Yes.
Everybody's like, yeah, Darjan. And then up and down at the very end of that performance runs down into the pantry and then comes back out. It's like, it's not much, but yeah. And he's like not looking at you, and he hands over a sack.
Ooh. Is it stapled or anything, or can I look inside?
It's a simple burlap, and you look inside, and it's a few loaves of the bread.
Yes.
Oh.
I know an elf like you probably gets a lot more stuff than bread, but I hope you
we
like it.
I like this. This will help us on the road, and I appreciate you so much.
Thanks, and if you ever find your way into Nomengard again, just say hello to good old Up and Down.
I'll remember Up and Down. As I look at him, up and down.
Oh my.
I was afraid she was going there, and then she went there.
Afraid? Why would you be afraid?
I'm terrified.
And like like the other gnomes are like slowly backing out of the room, and like you're able to catch out the corner of your eye. You see one of them. You see Trollala just being like, it's up and down, just like up and down. It's just like, go.
Oh my god!
Love it. Oh my god, I love it.
Cool. Yeah.
Kiss him.
Cool. Well, just gonna go.
No. Let me give you a real goodbye. I'll dip him. He's little.
You dip him and you kiss him, and he's just like, and then he goes into it, and so it's a great kiss.
Oh.
Wow.
Like, you surprise him, but he gives back what he's getting.
Up and Down knows what he's doing.
And you let go of him, and he's like, well, I gotta go stock the bread, drink the wine. Oh, look at that. And he goes into the pantry.
And I just leave my head held high.
The record, I am not riding the tall gnome. No. Just putting that on the record right now. No.
And as you leave, you hear like in the corridor of the pantry, just like, yeah.
Oh.
Oh my god, it's so precious.
But you all pack up. Nyx is there with a small sack and couple other things along with her. Yes, Tim.
When Assault comes back, I'll come up and so are we gonna leave before solving their problem? Do we know how we want to do that?
Which problem? You're gonna have to be a little more specific.
Mimi,
Oh,
they can't even go in there if we're not there.
you're not wrong. Shoot. All right. I gave my word that I would not, but I can make sure that you are left alone while we deal with this.
Kind of hoping for some backup on this one, to be honest. That thing has teeth.
Well, I mean, if it's attacking you, clearly, I mean, all bets are off. I'm neutral good, not lawful good. Or no, chaotic good. I'm chaotic good, not even neutral, for anyone who was wondering.
Me and Ink were breathing.
Right.
I just love this conversation over here.
Let's go deal with the problem. And I'll turn to Winley and Inkwa and say, Nyx is going to be joining us, at least to Phandalin. So when she comes, make her feel comfortable.
Okay, Izzy.
Thank you.
Still got that short sword.
I have my longsword.
Do you think Nyx would feel better if she helped?
She's an inventor. Let the warriors do what the warriors do, and don't make her have to carry that.
Okay. You guys head over to where Mimi is.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna regret everything that I'm about to do.
So the door is locked, but Fibblesib and Dabbledob are there, and they're like, "So, you guys going?"
We're going, and
Yep.
we're gonna deal with that before we go.
Yes. Well, thank you for what you've done. Yeah, it's been a day. It's only been a day. Wow.
I know.
What a strange day indeed.
Indeed. And I'm sorry that we couldn't finish the job, that we couldn't bring her to justice.
Certainly. Well, it's yeah, certainly we'll keep an eye out. Certainly.
And keep an eye out for any of the Zentarum, the insignia. I'm honestly shocked that their presence is here.
Well, yes. Gotta keep a mind out for the outside world, as they say. Can't be super enclosed. There are forces at work.
I mean, if nothing else, the outside world seems to have an interest in you.
At least one of us. Well, yes, you wanna take care of this?
Let's deal with it.
Okay. And you guys find Mimi there. The arrangement of stuff is different. Yeah, and you do see a little. Well, Mimi will tell you. Mimi, hey, friends.
Hello.
So, like what Mimi made. Mimi is with people who make things, right?
Yes, and people who make things, not food.
Mimi is trying to expand words. Anyway, look what Mimi made. And like you just see a simple stack of rocks.
You made a little tower.
Yes. Sir, did you bring Mimi more food?
I'll just look at Tim, be like,
Yeah, we're looking at each other.
Mimi sees.
do you?
Mimi sees. Mimi ate the wrong food.
Yes, you did. That said, you were brought here by someone who was trying to hurt Nomengard. You're intelligent. You're quite intelligent. People are off limits. And if you can hold to that, then I will help you get out of here.
Wow.
Otherwise, it's going to be very painful, and I don't want to play that game.
Make a persuasion check.
Shit, what is my persuasion? So many damn characters. Okay. Oh,
my god.
What is up tonight?
I don't
Is the worst.
know.
That's like the fifth one.
We're almost at the end. I'm not going to draw another card. I'm not going
We've
to.
gotten no nat 20s tonight and
Nope.
fucking 5 natural ones.
Should I,
Six.
if I
six,
hear
Wow.
floundering, should I back that up with an intimidation check?
How would you be intimidating?
Well, 1 with a weapon, and 2 by describing how painful it would be if Mimi didn't hold to the promise of not eating people.
Give me advantage by backing me up.
In this case, roll me an intimidation check.
Nice.
Okay.
When the carrot doesn't work.
So Mimi looks at Tim, remembers the pain that it went through. It's all healed by now because Mimi also got a long rest. Mimi's just there. It's like, okay. Mimi has hard choice. Because Mimi likes taste of food. People, food, people,
People.
food.
People.
Okay.
People that look like me, people that look like the short ones, people that look like the one with the pointy ear, the one that looks like a lizard. People off limits.
Squirrels, rabbits, birds.
Deer.
Those are good.
Okay. How are you going to get Mimi out?
Well, you can turn into any inanimate object, yes?
Yes.
Can we put you in a container
Or
till
just,
we take you far enough out?
well, just turn into a bag. I can sling you over a shoulder. If you eat me, he'll stab you.
Repeatedly until you stop moving.
Okay. Mimi has idea. Okay. And then you see Mimi like shuffle over to where its things are and just like kind of shuffle it into its body, goes over to the rock sculpture, knocks it over, looks a little disappointed, and then shuffles it into its body. Okay. And then it turns itself into a simple looking bag.
Okay. And I'll go over and be like, Tim.
All of my attention. My blade is out. Like I am ready to.
Okay. And I'll go over and pick Mimi up and sling the strap over my shoulder and like have it resting on my hip.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be a long walk.
Well, I'm strong enough to handle it.
Feels like a regular bag. And as you sling Mimi over your chest, you walk out the door. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
As the bag,
opens up.
And we're going to end the episode right there.
I mean, if the bag starts growing teeth, I have no remorse about stabbing the fuck out of it.
Man, I thought y'all were gonna kill Mimi.
I
So
know.
did I, and then it started being cute.
Yeah, you
See?
amped it up. You were
You
like,
ass.
I'm learning. I'm
You did it on
Yes.
purpose,
Yes.
you ass.
It was
Because
awesome.
James remembered our prime merge opportunity
Yeah,
with me.
he did.
I want that Mimi plushie, y'all. If you
I
Oh,
really
man.
want that for
Design.
I
Christmas.
totally do.
I will send you all the details of what Mimi looks like in my brain, and we can make a Mimi plushie.
I imagine that's a thing that could be done. Let's
That's
talk.
awesome. That's awesome.
Oh,
It's your own Mimi backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tell
it'll.
us in the chat if you'd buy a Mimi plushie.
yes, exactly.
Anyway, while we consult the Googles on how to make a Mimi plushie, y'all, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Duke Fleeg, on winning your deck, and for all the bits from Tamago Tora, from the Hefner, from Duke Fleeg, of course, from Wizard Rex TV. Thank you for rating us. Let's see, giveaway. Don't forget about that. It's happening at the end or October 5th, but submissions are ending at the end of September.
There it is.
There we go. See, we ended early tonight, folks. My brain isn't there. We need to go another 40 minutes.
Have a good night.
Oh, and of course we get rated right here
Right
at the end. Hi guys.
Hello.
Now.
leaving.
Dream Wisp Jen, thank you for rating us. Unfortunately, we are ending, but if you are like our European neighbors, we will be streaming this episode as a rerun tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here. And thank you so much for all the raters, for all the bits, for all the sponsors, and of course for you for joining us, and as well as our wonderful players, as well as the shadow behind Matt. Thank you for making a perfectly opportune entrance at the very end of our stream. There we go, hiding with shifty eyes. Thank you so much for joining us.
Did Slenderman get in there with you?
Oh.
Anyway, folks, it is 10:15. Thank you so much, and we will see you next Monday. Stay safe, stay healthy, and good night.